So it's going to be good to see where this stuff goes here, as we're going to start from a game 7. Usually that's where we end most of the games here, but this is where we start. And that's the difference between all the other games versus here at Naraka Bladepoint Pro League. Here's about to get ready and knocks this out. As we start to see the first strikes come through on both players, Shazing gets early advantage here with some decent damage onto SS1's Pace here. Pace trying to see if he can read him a little bit strongly, but it sounds like he wasn't able to, but he reads him that time. Beautiful execution off of this one, deleting him of all of his shield. But here comes that comeback coming in from Shazing here. Really able to come through with that. Here comes the third party here. Could be the worst for it as he pops open that Arctic just to try to see if maybe he can get some heals though, but not enough, as now he's getting caught off the backstretch. Shazing deciding to back off here a little bit, goes for the shield swaps on both sides here. Seems like Shazing is able to find a blue. Pace sadly finds a gray, and it's not looking good for him here, as Shazing is able to snag the elimination. But now here comes that third party fight here, as KLA's T225 is going to take the advantage of it here. Shazing trying to see if maybe he can back off this here. Waits for the blue strike, is not able to here, but T225 is able to capture him with the combo strikes and those hand blades, and gets the finish for his first elimination as well into the game.
Yeah, this is really important for T225 as well, because Takeda, as you know, needs that gear, needs to level up that ultimate so he can get those extra Furin shoves, can be in a more dominant position. Otherwise, he's just going to find himself behind some of these other heroes. So for him, getting a strong elimination off early, very strong as we cut over here. X1's Wu Fang picking up that elimination on DRG's Fong, off to a good start as well. T225 here already coming in for a really strong third party here, playing it out, waiting out strong here. On to Wolves, Wang Liang looking to pick it up, gonna use the ultimate there to try to secure the elimination to keep Baoda's action from taking it. Wolves here trying to hold that charge there, that blue focus on the pole sword to just threaten the space here, but T225 not gonna let it go away. He can come in here, he's got those Furin shoves anytime he needs them. We're gonna see the bubbles come through. There it is, he's gonna lock it down, uses the Furin shove, secures the elimination, and still has a little bit of time here, can turn this. There we go, the extra Furin shove there onto Baoda's action. Action though, with the parry gonna come in here, takes a little bit of control of this fight, but T225 still in a very strong position. Action trying to hold on to it. The shoulder throw gonna come through. The F activated, the ult coming through in on the side of Action. Now the favor turns towards Baoda's Action here. T225 with 2 eliminations does not want to go out here. Has got to be careful about it. The terrain actually coming through, making things so difficult for T225. Trying to move, start looking for an armor swap if he can. Really good charged R&B coming out here, but now with the third party, his hope shred as Jail's AIS show up, but Baoda's Action secures the elimination.
Absolute finish here towards this. And we love to see when the elimination starts to come through. Oh, Action hits him beautifully with the fan here. And the one thing I love about that fan is that fan has a beautiful pullback. I call it the mirror boy. Meanwhile, looks like AIS has a nice little strike here on that blade. It looks like he's going to try to see if maybe he can go for the fake. And it looks like AIS was able to read into that pretty well here. Both of them waiting it out here. Oh, here comes the next strike. Beautiful one. Trying to be able to conjure it up here, but Action knows that third party is coming and decides it's time to go. And it's time to depart. Meanwhile, he's going to be able to take the time to stall just so he can pop open his heal here. Beautiful F key just for that moment here, knowing that the other player, AIS, just waiting it out here in the airborne and to see if he can take advantage of it, but sadly isn't going to here. Takes his time, at least for a momentary moment, but sadly wasn't able to do it. It looks like we're going to go right back towards it. We're going to see Frostivus and Wufeng on the outside here. Trying to see if they can take their time here little by little here. It looks like both of them are going to be able to go for the strike here. Oh, nice staff moving here from the ankle biter. Trying to see if he can conjure up some nice moves here. Nice little bit of a stun to be able to run him back. Beautiful retreat off that, and it's still Frostivus forced to pop the ulti here. Trying to see if he can keep the same continuation. It looks like he wasn't able to miss out on the first strike. Looks like he's going to go back in for seconds here. Meanwhile, Wolfram was able to find the second one. Oh, beautiful time on the flash. Actually completely depletes the opportunity for the tornado strike. You know, I call the dizzy. As they're drowning inside of that little water tornado here. And it looks like he's going to come back for it here as Wufeng does find the blade here. Trying to see if he can conjure up some nice strikes here. Oh, throws down the bubbles, but is a little too late on that strike here. Wufeng taking the advantage here. Frostivus not looking good for him here as he's caught in between both. No ulti to his name here. Pace trying to see if he can catch him on the freeze. Wufeng wants to be able to complete the elimination, but Pace is able to steal it away from him just in the nick of time. And now here comes the strike between both. Both of them timing it out. Beautiful parry onto Pace. Beautiful kick. Goes for the absolute salute inside of this space. And just like this with the nunchucks, he goes. and catches the finish.
Oh my goodness. Dobby over here getting Valda ulted mid-game as we see, unfortunately, Alliance's Frostivus eliminated here in game number 1. We're going to catch up here with GG Shaw. Shaw here with 1 elimination. Shaw, though, going to have an absolutely insane day if he wants to qualify here. And I mean, thinking about a Worlds without GG Shaw is just crazy to me, Dobby. This has been a guy who was like the top player for a long period of time when it came to solos when the game first started coming through for the NBPL. So the idea of having a Worlds without GG Shaw just seems crazy to me as we see all these players running in trying to get this ticket to secure themselves this Realm of Yang here. Jail's AIS, though, going to be the one who's able to get his hands on the ticket, and Wolves, Wang Liang, and SS1 Paste waste no time breaking away here. They decide they do not want to try to challenge for the ticket here. AIS going to come out, do a little bit of shopping, if you will, there on just a couple of components laying on the ground. Wants to make sure he's got those pots. Wants to make sure he's geared up and ready to go into late game. And we're going to see SS1 Paste, who broke away from that earlier, heading over here, looking to get his hands on a ticket so he can head into the Realm of Yang. Smart decisions here from Pace. He sees that Jail's AIS is going to get that ticket and immediately just starts heading towards the next one, manages to get his hands on it, and is now set up and ready to head into the Realm of Yang. We're going to cut over to KLA's T225. No surprises here to see him after those 2 eliminations coming in, looking to make it more inside the Realm of Yang. He's also, of course, playing Takeda. Very good 1v1 hero for himself. He would be insane not to take this Realm of Yang and look to press the advantage that he's already built for himself. And here we go. It's going to be GG Shaw versus EWG's Arano inside our first Realm of Yang, Dobby.
As they're going to go airborne here, Arano, they able to find some nice airborne moments here, trying to see if he can get something with the pistol, but sadly was unable to here. Man, those dual blades, I'm not going to lie, the hand blades have really been such a significant change to the meta here, I think, in terms of just really being able to play. We've seen the dagger much less as GG Shaw absolutely putting the pause on Arano here with those dual blades here, really not giving him too much of an opportunity here for one to be able to pop the ulti, 2, really getting that opportunity for him to retreat as best he can, as he does pop a little bit of that and is forced to pop the ulti here, trying to see if maybe he can time it here. Looks like Shaw's going to go on the strike for the heals. Take his time here with the development. Oh, he's gonna get a nice little bit of a strike here, but he's inside of his heal bubble, so it gives him the advantage to keep the game alive for himself here. Arano dangerously low now. Oh, it's a pistol shot. Oh, and he hits him with the musket, gets the finish, and just like that, Shaw knocks out Arano inside of the Realm of Yang. Meanwhile, inside of this one, Xjin and AIS able to find it here as AIS dangerously low. It's not looking good for him here. Oh, the pistol being able to get a nice little bit of damage here to deplete the rest of his shield here. Pops the ulti. Let's see if that aim training is going to be very helpful for him here. Oh no, he actually chooses the moment here to go for the heal. Actually thought he would have used that moment to try to do exactly what happened in the last Realm of Yang here. At least try to see if he can do a nice little bit of duck hunt, you know, pow, 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 nice in the air. Sadly, he wasn't able to capture anything here as it gives AIS an opportunity to heal. Not the best opportunity here for him, only because now we only have 20 seconds left on the clock here. And it could be the moment where nobody actually wins this and they both have to go outside and try to actually get themselves a Soul of Jade to keep the game alive for both of them here. 12 seconds left on the clock here. Not looking good here as he finds the combo. Almost was able to catch him airborne, but not long enough. 5 seconds left. AIS is going to take it and stall as long as he can. He said, listen, if I'm not going to win, you ain't going to win either.
This is going to be absolutely crazy. Instead of the regular 3 players with Yang depletion, we've got 4, which means things are about to heat up here as we cut over to GG Shaw here, looking to hunt down DRG's Fong. Decides he's going to break away from the engagement here. KLA's T225, Baoda's Xjin, Jail's AIS, and EWG's Arano, both on the clock here coming out the Realm of Yang. Got to find a way to cleanse that Yang depletion. Either going to need to find themselves a Soul Bloom or get the elimination themselves in a 1v1 to secure it that way. As we cut over to Jail's AIS versus SS1's Pace. Pace having won his Realm of Yang into KLA's T225. Looking to tear through Jail's AIS. AIS going into the ult already, and Pace wasting no time to hunt him down here with the freeze here. No place for AIS to go as he goes into the meter dump. The terrain actually stops it a little bit, but Pace sticks to him like glue, baby.
Says, where do you think you're going, buddy? Get your behind over here. You thought she was going to go somewhere? Not today. Meanwhile, T225 caught in a tough situation here. Oh, nice move. Dodging both of those strikes at the same time here. Trying to see if he can time it. It looks like he was able to get the parry onto Shaw, or at least I thought so. Looks like he's going to take the time strike. Oh, he's able to do it just in the nick of time here. And Shaw is able to get that elimination. Action able to clean up the rest of the slack as well here. Going to be able to capture the foil over and gets it done. Wow, what a moment. Just to be able to get that finish here. And is able to keep the game alive for himself, by the way, as well. That actually would have been not so great. Meanwhile, back at it, Arano. Got a minute 45 seconds left on the clock here. And Fong is hungry.
Yeah, very, very surprised here as we take a look at the scoreboard. GG Shaw here with 3 eliminations already, but still a lot of work to do just to catch up to the players in front of him, much less make it towards the top end of the pack here. So Shaw gonna have to keep this pressure up the rest of the day. Rano right now trying to catch out DRG's Fong here with that ult up, looking to go ahead and secure some hits, but not quite able to connect. Decides he's gonna back off and look for the reset. Let the player chase him here. He does only have 70 seconds cleanse Yang depletion. So if he's able to bait Fong into the fight here, it's good for him. He's trying to go in here. He knows he doesn't have ultimate, so he's going to have to win off the back of his neutral alone. DRG's Fong, though, with that fan, making it very difficult. The re-grapple coming in here from Fong, keeping Rano from being able to scale rush, absolutely huge. And Fong just puts him through the blender. Rano with the Armo swap, trying to keep it alive, though. Now, third party, fourth party coming in. Rano, no place to go. He's got 40 seconds left to cleanse this Yang depletion. He has got to hope that the target acquisition lands onto another player and he's able to pick up the Soul Bloom, or he's going to have to head off somewhere, let the Yang depletion take him and keep some of these other players from getting an elimination. Sure enough, he's going to head on down into the trap room, looking to just break away from these players and let the Yang depletion do him in. He does not want to give up any of these sweet qualifying points for any of the other players.
Sorry, you said do him in. I was like, pause. That's that's crazy. Pause. You gotta say pause after that. That's kind of sus, buddy. Anyway, look back into it. It looks like GG Shaw. This cave, this inner cave system is gorgeous. That's why it was called Paradoria. It could have been Pandora. Never mind. Meanwhile, T225 able to find the moment here inside of the Realm of Yang. Beautiful takedown. This is what we had missed earlier from one of the other Realm of Yangs that we didn't get a chance to see. Oh man, the ulti trying to capture the freeze, but was not able to capitalize on that moment here. So he's able to capture him with the juggle, catches the freeze. Takeda is able to keep the game alive just a little while longer. Oh, the ghost. Oh, the nice combo. Looks like he's going to scale rush into the other side here. Catches him slipping almost here. He's dangerously low. T225. Oh, tries it just long enough here in pace. That is how you win a Realm of Yang here.
Well, he's setting himself up to head on back in. Let's see if he can have the repeat back-to-back Yang victory as we cut over to X1's Wu Fang here. Just doing a little bit of looting while we wait for this next set of Yangs to come forward. Wolves Wang Liang looking to head back into the Realm of Yang for a second time as well. He was able to cleanse that Yang depletion. Unfortunately, was not able to secure himself an elimination. Fong gonna grief Wolves Wang Liang here, gonna keep him from actually being able to get inside the Yang. And Wang Liang not gonna be happy about that. Fong gonna back off as well. Just wanted to get the grief in. Let's go see if Wang is going to let that stand or not. GG Shaw versus S1's Pace. Shaw really got to do a good job here. Again, he has a lot of work to make up. He cannot afford to lose these fights. What a massive parry from Shaw coming in. Actually cancels out of the riposte to go for the stronger over the head charged RMB there off of the spear. Really good, clean work from GG Shaw. This is what I expect out of GG Shaw as one of the top players in the league here. Onto the Liam now. Pace coming in, gets parried again. Shaw does him dirty and comes out on top.
Hey, Shaw able to let him know the book is still available on all major purchases and all major websites here if you want to make sure to get as good as me. Because GG Shaw lets him know the book is still a bestseller, by the way, just to show you how absolute dangerous I can still be in this game. What do you mean? I am still him, because Himothy has never lost his himness. Okay. Beautiful shutdown, though, from GG Shaw. Able to really clutch that out on the Realm of Yang when it truly did matter. Meanwhile, for Fong, we're able to go forth towards the rotation here. Ace is going to be nearby here on the map as Shaw and Shozang. Shozang is going to be hiding inside of the Bush is here. Or is that a bush? Or is he just standing there? No, there's a bush there. Okay. I was about to say, I couldn't tell if there was a bush there. I was like, is he just... Oh, no. He actually... Oh! He almost swiped him. He almost swiped him with the longsword. He was just doing his usual movements, almost swiped it. He was just a little bit early, so he lives to fight another day. Meanwhile, Pace is on a completely different timeline here as he's trying to chase TE Star. For him to be able to get a little bit of a soul jade just so he can keep the game alive for himself as well here as he finds the face of Sha. And now here comes the chase. Pace only has 4 minutes left on the clock here for him to be able to capture any type of soul jade. He doesn't even necessarily have to get the kill. He just needs the soul jade to keep the game alive. That's going to be the tough part for him here as he's going to continue to try to dive off this as best as he can here.
The problem is with the way SS1's pace is playing right now, it's pretty clear just how desperate he is to pick up an elimination and get that soul bloom. So it's going to be very hard for him to fool these players into committing to this fight. You actually see him going out, doing a little bit of shopping. He's got money. He says, well, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to spend it, give myself the best chance that I can, get some pots as well. He's going to come back up top side here. He does see DRG's Fong yet again. Fong here being the one who's just constantly been on the move away from this fight. So it's going to be a tough cookie for him to crack if he wants to get Fong to commit to this fight. As now we cut back over to GG Shaw with about 60 seconds left on that White Tiger's prowess, looking to hunt down and commit to this fight with JDG's Chu Zhang. Chu Zhang here just trying to break away. Doesn't want to take this fight at a huge disadvantage. Unfortunately, Shaw is going to continue to find some damage onto him here over and over again. They're going to be forced to burn those teleports just to break away here. But Shaw not going to let him get away. Shaw playing very, very aggressively. This is exactly what I want to see from GG Shaw right now. As far behind as he is, look at this, by the way. He has 4 eliminations, the most eliminations in the lobby, tied with SS1's pace, and he's still in last place. That's how much work GG Shaw has to do today. This game alone is barely going to catch him up to 11th place. He has got to come in and continue to play this aggressively for the rest of the day if he wants to qualify. So I'm happy to see him committing to this, looking for these fights and bringing on the pressure, taking those risks, going into the realm of Yang. I think this is exactly what he's got to do. You can't leave anything on the table today. You can't play passively. You've got to look for those big wins.
I mean, so far, we've been seeing big wins from some of these other players here as they've really been able to find those moments here and really be able to just knock it out as much as they can here, not giving many of the other players really an opportunity, 1, to catch up, or 2, at least to try to fight for any type of way of survival during these moments here. As we're still going to continue to keep moving in the right direction here, as obviously still trying to find the next stretch here. Meanwhile, he's able to find Shazing here in this moment as he's able to capture it. Oh, no, wait a minute. Whoa, the amount of aggression coming in towards that is absolutely dynamite. As Pace is going to try to see if he can time him just right here. Almost catches him with the strike. Can he capture it, though? As Fong is stealing that elimination away here. Oh, and he doesn't end up getting the Soul Jade either. Oh, man, that is the worst timing to have here in that situation here. Still has the ulti here. Looks like he's going to wait for the time. Oh, he ends up getting parried. Deep in this corner, not looking good. Pace ends up freezing both of them here inside of the timing here. Gonna try to see if he can take the strike, goes for the wall, tries to see if he can time it for a little bit while longer. He's getting absolutely stunned on both sides here. The third party comes in, and it looks like Pace, it might be time for him to retreat. 53 seconds left on the clock. No time for him really to be able to conjure up any opportunity as Wufong destroys him in that momentary lapse of judgment. And Wufong is able to capture a little bit of some love here. Gets his second elimination, and he doesn't have to worry about anything else inside of that. Meanwhile, looks like the spread is running nice and thin here, as we still got 6 players alive left inside of this circle. Fong keeping the game alive. Cannon shots up top, 3 in the middle, and a massive Bane's Breath on the left side of the map.
DRG's Fong here, moving off the side. We're left with 6 players left remaining. Zone 4 going to collapse onto Zone 5 here in the next 23 seconds. Right now, it's TE Star with 0 eliminations, Battles Action with 2, DRG's Fong with 2, Wolves Wang Liang with 0, X1's Wufong, and GG Shaw leading the lobby, but at the bottom of the leaderboard, still in 12th place. And this is actually a little bit of a nightmare for Shaw. Unfortunately, the scores are so evenly matched across the board this game. It makes it so hard for him to climb any positions on this leaderboard right now, doing what he's got to do. Again, the aggression, really good from Sha this game. He's coming in, he's going to make sure he secures this Spirit Well so that he has control of that White Tiger's prowess. Now, the problem is with only 6 players left in the lobby, and this only being that zone 4 Spirit Well, it's going to be very hard for him to make a lot happen with this White Tiger's prowess. A lot of these players are just going to look to split away and not take these fights as much as possible. So looking to see Sha next zone move in, try to capture that Spirit Well as well. Maybe he'll get lucky and we'll get the back-to-back White Tiger's prowess for himself. Look at this. He's got this White Tiger's prowess. He's looking for people anywhere he can. He's going out into the zone, checking bushes, doing everything
he wants that smoke. He wants smoke.
He wants the points, and this is exactly what he should be doing, right? He knows he's so far down on the bottom of the leaderboard, and kills count so heavily towards points now that the multiplier is only for the first place finisher. There's no multiplier on any of these other scores, so Sha knows he's got to put in the work today if he wants to make it, and he has come in ready to put in that work. He's just got to find the success now. Still trying to go in. Again, nobody's going to want to take this fight with Sha here. He's got a tall order on his belt here. We're going to see that last Bane's Breath of the game going to be dropping in, that zone 5 Bane's Breath, and Sha just going to keep on trucking here. He has to find some eliminations while he's got the advantage. Everybody else, though, gonna back away from this. They do not want to take this fight into the White Tigers. They know just how explosive this can be to the game. But Fong here gonna get caught out. Finally, we're gonna see some bow shots coming in. Now the rest of the lobby gonna make it really hard for Fong to keep playing keep away. They smell the blood in the water. They want those points if anybody's gonna get him. Fong gonna use the Bane's Breath to their advantage. Oh my goodness, look at how quickly he canceled that grapple just to be able to get away to survive inside the Bane's Breath here. The players, though, they're taking the risk. They're giving chase here, but the Bane's Breath buying Fong a little more time as he comes in here. Sha gets parried out. Luckily, he's got his F available there. He's going to keep that staff in hand. DRG's Fong doing everything he can to keep the dream alive here with the scale rushes left, right, and center here. With the movement tech coming in from Fong here just to keep it alive. There it goes, and it's going to go to X1's Wu-Fang.
Man, X1's Wu-Fang really putting in the opportunity and the effort here. Gets his 3rd elimination as well into this game here. It's really starting to tighten up for him here inside of this game. But those points are going to be so vital for him, especially if he can really close out this game, at least with a top 3 finish potentially. Could really get him up there on that standings potentially, at least hovering over that red line here. Is, if you know, the red line is the qualifying line here, and that's the thing we're going to be focusing on. And once we get closer to our end of our games here, those are going to be the lines that we need in terms of who is going to make it in the top 6. So you got to be past that red line for your chance to go not only to mainland, but also to land in general. Now things have died down here. What's your expectation for this final, for this first game?
It's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be about the average kind of scoring game, unless Sha just absolutely pops off here in the end. But everybody here working really hard to keep that from happening, trying to stop Sha from being able to pressure these fights and really commit to things. So I think it's going to come down towards these final moments here. If we go to heal off, I mean, both Valda and Zipping have a really good shot of picking up at a lot of eliminations. Realistically, Wolves Wang Liang here, he burns his ult a little early here, I'm going to be honest. In a bad position as a lot of range shots come down. He needs to, he's just going to stand here and pop Tuna. No cares in the world because he's got that ult HP on right now. But he's got to work toward is absolutely crazy. So he's got to figure out a way to get that ult online, but stay healed up so that he can make the most of these final moments. The rest of the lobby also knows he doesn't have his ult right now. So they're going to push pressure pretty hard here onto Wang Liang. He's going to take a little bit of damage there from GG Sha coming in with those dual blades there. Wolves still just looking for a good spot. Going to be keeping the movement up there with the daggers so that he can get some stuff off. But again, going to take those bow shots from downrange here. And the lobby not going to let him rest. They know he's Sans ult here. And this is what I was talking about earlier with the target selection from the lobby. If you see a Valda in the last 5 players, it's zone 6 collapsing onto zone 7. You have to get the Valda out of the lobby before you go to heal off. you just don't have a choice, or that Valda is going to tear through the lobby. She's going to be an ult. She's going to be able to tornado you out in the zone. That final zone tick just does so much damage. All she has to do is let you die to it, and she picks up the elimination, and that's all she wrote. So the lobby here, making those smart decisions, understanding who the threat to the lobby is here, and trying to remove them. Now, post getting this Valda out of here, they're going to have to look to that zipping. That zipping going to heal off just as dangerous. And here we go. Wolves Wang Lang, there it is, going to be eliminated. X1 Wu Fang is going to tie it up here. 4 for 4. Wu Fang with 4. GG Shaw with 4, with 4 players left remaining alive. And now TE Star taking a lot of damage. Baoda's action, that zipping, just taking it in. This is what I talked about. Immediately, you've got to go to the next target acquisition. If you see all 3 players focusing down onto action, this is the player to focus out of the lobby. If they make it to heal off, action just wins the game here. So what are they doing? All 3 players taking the time, trading those range shots onto action here, trying to force that ability, that ultimate out. If they can get that ultimate out before the final zone collapses here, even if the zip does go to heal off, they are completely fine. This is the time to do it, and this is exactly what they're doing. Look at this, look at how much damage. There it is, the ult gonna be invested. They're super vulnerable now. The rest of the lobby going to descend on him, and it's gonna be who picks up the elimination here. GG Shaw trying to make sure it's him, trying to come in with those dual blades, with that Cab Bloom and lock it up. Not quite able to get there. He's so close. There it is. Wu Fang gets a 5th one. That is 3 in a row for X1's Wu Fang as he continues to climb up the leaderboard closer and closer to qualifying. But he gets pushed out of the zone by GG Shaw. Shaw does so much damage, and he picks up the elimination. Now it's him versus TE Star. Who's going to go out in the end here? The ultimate's going to come in. He misses the regrapple, though. Tries to get the Cab Bloom. Not quite going to be able to land onto it. There's the huge Cavalry Bloom for him. He's got to find a couple more hits there. That cannon shot almost secures it, but TE Star turns it around, picks up the elimination. But I think GG Shaw will be walking away your MVP.
And go to page number 52 and go back to my notes here, the notes from the book of GG Shaw, because man, this man opened up the book and he said, I am him. Didn't I tell you that earlier? Did I not tell you that he was him? And Himothy is going to show you and display why he is a New York bestseller, okay? He absolutely slayed it away as he's able to put in the Duke, the pause, and lets you know how clutch he is in the Wind of Dunes and Windy Stones. That's like at the very far bottom section, like away from all of it, right? And then, like I said, you know how sometimes we'll see, like, you know, in the middle of a fight here, meanwhile, Kaden Late C225 is on the outskirts of the circle, not looking good for him here. I don't know what. Now, what made you think going out of the circle here with no shield was a good idea? I don't know what happened there. That was just random. Meanwhile, XX in the middle of a fight here towards this with Wolves here. Wolves trying to see if, oh no, he gets caught on the window. It looks like he's going to retreat back. Maybe possibly going to go find some other loot. Could be better. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's the same thing with the idea of the confidence in these players, right? And I'll give you a perfect example. What we just witnessed, right? T225 going outside of the circle. I don't know where he was going. I don't know what the plan was. I don't know what the idea was. But he somehow was just outside the circle. I'm so curious on some of the thought processes on some of these players when they land either outside of the circle, sometimes very close, trying to see where the next loot is. What is the idea when some of these play styles come through and then they end up coming out in the beginning in some of these moments? Meanwhile, Pace, they would have captured the first elimination here. The question is, it looks like he's going to be able to maybe get 2 here, but he is dangerously low. He's got to be very careful here. Nice defensive clang on both sides. Ooh, beautiful. Does it again. Oh, no. He's able to capture the flip on this one. Looks like he's going to capture the blue. Oh, just in the nick of time. He's able to pop the ulti, and he's going to go airborne here. Frostiness wants to get that elimination here, but Pace says, no, I'm going to glide. Look real nice. You'll never find.
Yeah, Frostivus here wants to hunt this down. He does have a gear advantage here on Pace. He does have ult in the back pocket still. There's the F. Huge opening to the fight for him. Immediately burns Pace F as well. Leaves him in such a great position. Pace, though, coming in with the staff, putting in work there. Going to use that gold focus to his advantage. Frostivus trying to get away from the roller. Pace going to knock them both into it, but he's got enough HP. He can let the roller do the work. Pace so happy about that. He sets that up so perfectly off of the staff setup, and Frostivus has got to be fuming about that. I would be so mad about that position. Unfortunately, he walks right into it. Now, you were talking about what's the mental of, you know, some of the players, how they rotate. You know, we were talking about T225 going towards the edge of the zone there in the very beginning of the game. Sometimes you've got to lock in and look at your pacing for a game, right? We had some issues with some players in solos earlier this year where they would do really good early on. They would pick up like 1 or 2 eliminations, but then they would get eliminated just before Realm of Yang. When you get eliminated in that time slot and you have to come back with all white gear, it is almost impossible for you to find your way back into a game just because of the way pacing times out. Every time you're looking to actually gear up, you can't really go out and look for gear because you're vulnerable. When Realm of Yang pops and you can go look for gear, you're in a bad place where you're just playing catch up. A lot of the gear is gone. And then even once you do get the gear, you then can't afford to go take fights to try to leverage the advantage off of it because you find yourself having to fight people who are coming out of Yang with those buffs and have a massive advantage over you, plus a gear advantage. Speaking of which, while we're talking about this, Wolves, Wang Liang going to go down. Eswis is 1 Pace going to come in here on Baoda's action. Pace off to a really good start yet again this game. 3 eliminations, looking to make it 4 here on to Baoda's action. And man, Pace just is not missing right now. He is coming through clean here on to action. The third party from Arano, though, is going to come in and actually clean up Baoda's action. Now, Pace is the one being taken for a ride here by EWG's Arano, but Pace not going to stand for it. There we go. He's going to invest the F here, immediately decides to go ahead and pop the ultimate, and just said, if you want it, come get it, Arano. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to take a little reset. Oh my God, look at this. Gets away from the teleport. He played that so well. He expected the ult to come in. Sure enough, it does. Pace just keeps moving. He's able to avoid both teleports coming in here from EWG's Arano. And Arano now not in a great position. Pace going to end the ultimate here. And now it is back to neutral for SS1's Pace here versus EWG's Arano. And Pace trying to make something happen here. Arano, though, going to find control. Pace going to come back in. Walks into that charged LMB, though. Not a good position. Will finally turn back around. Find a little bit of advantage here while this fight's going on. X1's Wu Fang eliminates TE Star from the lobby. Pace decides he's going to take this opportunity to break away, look for a reset. Arano, though, gonna be a little bit ahead there in the time advantage, was able to get a pot under his belt. Pace just trying to bait this into a fight between these two players, but Pace in a really bad situation now. Arano just looking way cleaner than Pace is, considering how clean Pace's first 3 eliminations were. Arano has come in and thrown his rhythm completely off. Pace here just trying to keep the game alive. Baoda's action in it here. Baoda's action, of course, being the player that EWG's Arano eliminated, that Pace set up for him, and now he's back for the third party. He wants the elimination for himself. Oh my goodness, so unfortunate. Pace comes through the side. Arano has the read. He's just holding the scale rush as soon as he sees Pace step 1 pinky toe out of that doorway. He lights him up and picks up the elimination. EWG's Arano cleaning up 2 back-to-back.
Absolutely insane towards this. Love to see the amount of momentum coming through for so many different things here. The clutch only makes it a little bit better. 38 seconds left on the clock here for Wufeng, as he's going to be able to hop inside of the Realm of Yang here. Same with Zhang. Zhang having a nice little bit of an avenue. See if they can keep that same momentum. Pushing through. Zhang looks like he's going to be by himself here. Doesn't really have to worry about anybody trying to steal his thunder. Trying to take his time here. We'll make things a little bit more easier. Pace is going to be on the left side for this rotation here. Take his time. See if we can lean with it and rock with it. As now Wolves going to start up trying to get that loot. Pace is going to try to see if he can wait this out. Try to time it just a little bit. Doesn't want to do too much here. Nothing in terms of desperation. A little bit of a what's up? How you doing? I'm doing good. How's your game? My game's going all right, man. How's your game going? It's going all right. It's not too bad. Oh, and then here we go. Nice back with the clutch. Here we go. Nice little strike. Trying to see if they can close it out here on both of them. They said, okay, hold on. Wait, I still have to fight you. Oh, yeah, you're right. Looks like one's gonna go airborne here. Pace trying to go through towards it. Here comes the chase. Nice dodges on both sides here as Wolves trying to see if he can get a nice little bit of impact here, but Pace absolutely dodging it, not giving them the opportunity here. Oh, beautiful parry onto Wolves here. Nice little bit of a succession here as he's forced to pop the ulti here. And now here comes the chase as Pace gonna be able to use this momentum to go airborne, but also captures the heal. Meanwhile, Bauda and JDG in the middle of their realm of Yang, KLA and GG is about to start up theirs as well. We still have one more that's missing here. Let's see who's going to claim the third slot for the realm of Yang here, or if anybody is going to claim it. Nobody might not claim it at all here. And currently, Pace is on the run. He does not want the smoke coming in from Wolves here. Looks like we're going to go right inside, live and direct inside of the realm of Yang here. We had to put in a few strings, pull some few strings here so we can get some nice coverage on the inside of God's Temple. Meanwhile, Chozeng able to take it just a little bit while longer here. Ooh! Just a little bit of some strikes, nothing too hasty. Oh, the staff able to put in a nice little bit of damage here on X-Gen. Beautiful turnaround parry on Shazang. Nice little bit of a reflect off that. Oh, almost takes him down with the strike, but not able to here. And it looks like now he's on the chase and the turnaround here. Trying to see if he can time it, but X-Gen popping his ultimate. Might have popped it maybe a little too early here. But let's see. Oh, almost misses him. Almost lands, should I say. Actually, here Shazang is going to be able to go for the strike here. 40 seconds left on the clock here for both of them. Still has a little bit of time left here, but now it's starting to slowly tick away little by little here for the both of them. Oh, almost catches him on the airborne, but he lands right on top of the rooftop of the staff. Just for him to keep the game alive. Nice dodges coming through from JDG. Shazang, the thing about that pole staff is about as slow as it goes here. You really need to be able to time it as best he can here. Shazang able to hold on for a little while longer here as X-Gen able to put in so much damage here. Oh, nice little bit of airborne movements coming in from the dual blades here. They're able to go right back at you. Oh, beautiful parry. Shazang so dangerously close. And just like that, he catches him on the double parry, gets the finish, and X-Gen reads him like a book.
Oh my goodness, yeah, X-Gen absolutely plays that so well. We see JDG's Chuzhang throwing blues. It's like 4 blues back to back. Doesn't expect to get parried. Gets double parried out there by Baoda's X-Gen. Now Chuzhang on the outside, 4 minutes on that Yang depletion. He's going to have to put in some work here to clear up that Yang depletion and get himself back in this game. Let's go over to KLA's T225 in a very similar situation with 3 minutes left remaining on the Yang depletion. And T225 here on the hottie needs to find some points for himself here this game. He has a nice cushion, but that cushion not going to last forever. So he needs to start scoring some points here as we keep going. Over to Baoda's X-Gen now engaging with X1's Wufang and just cleaning him up. The dual blades putting in absolute work today for so many players. Wufang, they're going to pop the ultimate, needing that extra HP coverage just to keep himself alive. And Baoda's X-Gen is not afraid of those spears whatsoever. He's just going to face tank it there. He knows Wufang has got to run away. He can't actually look to convert that into damage, given how low his HP is. He's got to find an advantage. Massive parry in from Baoda's X-Gen into the bubble yet again, into the jumping re-parry, and man, Baoda's X-Gen just does not miss parries today.
The parry is coming through. X-Gen, that's like his 4th parry so far in the last 2 minutes. I mean, he really has been trying to find it here. Meanwhile, Shazang has to be able to find a Soul Bloom here. Oh, never mind. He gets absolutely rejected from Wolves here. And here he comes absolutely flying. Both of them just trying to carry it away a little while longer. Trying to see maybe they can connect it to some way, shape, or form, but it looks like they won't be able to. Could be an unsuccessful moment here. Still able to rotate towards certain things here. Let's see if they can take the time and be able to work towards it. Oh, Shazang is able to find the timing just enough. You'd love to see it here. As Shazang is able to find it. Oh, no! Wolves almost gets caught by both sides here. Both of them end up getting absolutely ducked out. As Wolves is able to capture elimination on a Shazang here. And Wufang is out of this game. Game number 2. Just below qualifying line here with 18.5 here. Meanwhile, AIS. Nice little bit of oh, beautiful parry to return the favor. He says, see you later, buddy. Appreciate you. Thank you for the love. Oh, ends up getting caught, though, but he doesn't actually end up taking the advantage here towards it. It looks like X-Gen wants it. It looks like he doesn't find anything, at least in terms of shield. So it looks like he's forced to fight this out here. Pops open the ulti here, has the opportunity to really shut this down here. Xjin might be able to capture this dub, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he slowly does. He's going to be waiting for the blue stripe check. See if maybe he can time it just well enough. Yes, he does. Xjin is able to capture his next elimination as well. Xjin, 3 eliminations deep into this game, 23 points, and is in 4th place.
Yeah, Bowda's Xjin having an exceptional game for himself right now. Those 3 eliminations, huge. He's setting himself up for a really strong late game. He's playing, of course, Valdo, which means he has a really good shot if he makes it to the heal off there in the end of coming out on top of the lobby, converting those eliminations into that multiplier and getting even more points for himself. EWG's Urano over here has been a bane in the side of quite a few players, now finding himself getting caught out by the rest of the lobby. DRG's Fong putting the business to him right now with that flame tick, making it so hard for Urano to burst away here. A huge scale rush in onto Urano. Yet again, Urano half health here. No ultimate, no F available. This is a dangerous situation for Urano. And man, Fong just going to come in with a huge scale up and clean that elimination up so fast as we bop over now to Bowda's Xjin versus Kele's T225 inside the realm of Yang. And again, Xjin been on fire right now, but T225 here needs to get some points on the board for himself here in the realm of Yang. Time's going to tell who comes out on top, but geez, T225 coming in hot here already, ripping the armor here off of Bowda's Xjin. Going to overhold there on the Nunnies, get some clean hits in. Going to dodge away here from the spears. Another clean parry from Bowda's Xjin. That's I do believe his 5th parry this game, which is insane. T225 going to do a little bit of healing here, looking to come around the corner and set up a huge attack here. Wants to get that fire tick damage off onto Xjin. Xjin trying to use the scale rushes to cut away here. Not going to be able to find it. He's holding the timing here yet again. Doesn't quite clip him off the side. Will clip him that time. Now around the corner here, and both these players going to have to go back to neutral. Only their F abilities up and available. T225 yet again takes control of neutral, doing a ton of damage here off the back of a blue fan. Bowda's Xjin on the other side, though, with these legendary dual halberds, just not able to find the damage he's looking for. Tries to come in for the scale rush. Will find it. Huge grapple bump into the charged RMB there off of the dual halberds. Going to do a ton of damage. T225 with the F invested, looking to come around the corner, not going to fall for yet another parry. T225 playing this very well, but 10 seconds left remaining on the clock. This could go to timeout. Action so low. Bowda's T225's got to fight it, and there it is! T225 on the board with his first win in the realm of Yang here in game number 2.
Absolute incredible shutdown here. T225 really filling it out here. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this final circle goes. I really feel like it might be in between T225, Xjin. Xjin has been playing incredibly well so far. He's 3 or 4 eliminations deep into this game. T225 having the shot as well here, but he's doing well. He doesn't have to really worry too much here. Now, the rotation comes through. Gonna take his time, and here comes the soul essence coming through as Xjin ready for a round number 2 as he has 5 minutes left on the clock for him to start looking at him, for him to start hunting. He's gonna have to capture elimination or at least get a soul bloom for him to keep the game alive.
Yeah, I mean, here we are, Zone 3 collapsing on Zone 4, 7 players left alive. Bowda's Xjin needs to find one of those players and pick up an elimination to keep it going there. Needs to cleanse that Yang depletion as we cut over here to Plumed Castle, where multiple fights breaking out. Wolves Wang Liang on the receiving end of some pain here. No ultimate online as the Kele's T225 and SS1's Paste are on the hunt here. Plumed Castle going to be the perfect place for Wang Liang to try to break away from these engagements and not fall a victim to these players. GG Shaw also here. Unfortunately, Shaw very, very quiet compared to last game, Dobby.
Yeah, very quiet. I think, I mean, even in these types of moments here, obviously things can be very, very different depending on what they're trying to do. And listen, Shaw, he still has 1 elimination to his name, but at least he has something better than nothing. Now it's all about staying alive, focusing on these next final circles here. He does have an opportunity here to really pop off if he wants to, but he's got to absolutely do it in these next few games here, for sure. Got to be careful. Meanwhile,
Yeah, as I say, just trying to play it a little safe here on the backside, looking for a place to get a reset here.
I feel like he has to. And I know you might think, I don't know necessarily know, but I really do feel like he has to kind of play smart here towards this circle.
Oh, absolutely, he has to. I mean, he's playing Valdo, right? So he's looking to go to heal off. He has to make it to heal off in the end to have a really good game here. And it's one of the weaknesses of Valda, right? The changes to Valda has made it easier for Valda to actually make it to heal off, to not burn that ultimate before the end. But she does still suffer from the weakness that if people know what stage of the game that Valda is trying to win the game, and they know if they can target them out, they can keep that from happening. So it is a catch-22. You're very, very strong in that element in those very final moments of the game. It's just like Yodo used to be, Dobby, where we would see those Yodo Himes wait for the very final moment of the game to pop that ultimate and just try to pop multiple kills over and over again. That's the same place Valda's in. Again, the changes have made it easier for her to survive and get there, but it is still the major weakness of Valda that if you eliminate them before they get there, it's very hard for those Valdas to find a good, strong game.
Let's see if maybe they can continue to keep somewhat of a strong game, because obviously, you know, now's the time for you to have the strongest game that you can inside of the circle here. Definitely cannot risk anything, you know, at least relatively, like, bad in this sequence, knowing you still have so much to do, and it can only get, you know, really crazier from here. But obviously, only time will tell here. It looks like X-Shin is going to find Pace. Pace in the middle of the fight here. Gonna be able to pop open the F key. Gonna try to see if he can give a little bit of some separation here. And it looks like I understand why now. Having that Soul Jade to keep the game alive. He has to be careful though. The Bane Spread's gonna be right nearby here, so this could be real bad. Somebody could actually end up getting hurt. Meanwhile, the third party comes through as it looks like that's gonna be coming from T225 here. Forces the ulti for some reason here. It's gonna be to try to see if maybe he can apply some of that pressure. Sadly, wasn't able to hit anybody. Oh, he ends up catching Pace though. Inside of this next one here, it looks like the next recovery coming through from Pace, able to keep it alive. Oh no, ends up doing the exact same thing, forces the ulti here. X-Shin not looking good. There's so many explosions from every which way, the ricocheting from all of the cannons from inside of the tunnel, causing so much damage that X-Shin forcing himself to back out of this. Has to be really careful here. It looks like even towards this here, X-Shin able to time it just well enough here. Does exactly what he needs to here. Oh man. X-Shin trying to take the time here. Both of them, oh, waiting on it, trying to see if maybe they can capture the carrot parry, but not enough. And here comes some of this time strikes. Has to be careful here. Doesn't want to land anywhere in a bad situation. Whoa! Beautiful parry, but that parry was nowhere to be seen, though. What happened? That was crazy. Meanwhile, T225 was out shopping here. Probably the worst time to be doing that. Here's X-Shin trying to keep it alive here. And it looks like he's going to be able to scale rush at least outside of this area here. Nice little bits of movement here, and it looks like it's not going to be enough as X-Shin sadly does go, I don't feel so good.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Here we go. Wolves Wang Liang trying to secure the Spirit Well for himself here. This could be absolutely huge for him if he's able to make it happen. The Cloud Weaver going to come in, knock Wolves out of the circle, but he's not waiting or willing to give up just yet. Trying to hold that space with the ultimate. The problem is if he doesn't get this now, he's going to be in a really bad situation. And unfortunately for Wolves Wang Liang, he's got forced to go away. Gets really lucky there on the terrain. Frostivus was able to hit him there. That could have been it. And oh my goodness, there it is. Frostivus cleans up the elimination and finds himself on the board. Frosty Boy coming in to clean up Wolves Wang Liang, who's going to be sent back to the lobby here. GG Shaw coming in trying to secure this for himself as well. Is willing to commit the ultimate as well. Oh my goodness, the Dragon's Roar though coming in from SS1 Pace, gonna knock him out of the circle yet again. That Dragon's Roar being a huge threat. Shaw just playing this very smart, huge parry on a KLA's T225. Yet again, Dragon's Roar gonna come in and play a huge part of this, being able to throw that from outside of the circle and then turn it back in, gold focus into the circle, making it very hard for anybody to secure this. Man, Shaw on fire with these tap dodges right now, able to get away from so much. Knocked out yet again, not able to dodge that one. He just needs a couple more seconds here. He's gonna have armor, gonna be back online, but no! The Dragon's Roar yet again! SS1's Pace is denying everybody. Again, you throw it to the side, you avoid getting parried, and then you just come in with that gold focus. It covers the full distance of that circle. SS1 Pace using that legendary Soul Jade to his advantage here. He's going to pick up the Mystic Might and take control of this lobby.
Love to see it when you really are able to switch it around here, and does a fantastic job of it towards the end of the circle here. Absolutely insane here. Now the game is tied between Pace and Fong. 26.5 and a 23.1, but both of them with 3 eliminations to their name. This is about to get hasty. Four elims. Oh, he finds Fong at the bottom there. He says, hello there. He ends up catching him on the wrong stretch here. So now Pace is going to have to see if he can retreat this out. And outside of the circle here, obviously the circle tick is actually going to be very, very damaging. As Fong's trying to keep the game alive. It's going to try to parry one. Looks like he's able to, but not enough. Now it's not looking good as Fong is getting chased now. Both of them absolutely diving in. Ruff, ruff, ruff. And it's absolute. Oh no, and Frozovus comes through and steals the elimination and swipes it away from the both of them here. Now it's not looking good for one of them at least, because now one of them has no shield, and that's coming from all the work T225 putting in the effort here. And it looks like this timing couldn't be any more better for Pace. He has the opportunity to clutch this up, and it looks like Frozovus is able to capture his second elimination into this game. Both of them outside on the outskirts of the circle here. They're going to take their time, but obviously the circle tick is not going to make it any easier here, as he does keep the pressure. Frozovus not on the bad side of this here. It's going to be real bad as he ends up catching it on the wrong side, and Pace shuts him down, gets 4 eliminations, and secures the dub for himself here. Frosty, why did you risk going outside of the circle?
I mean, realistic, Frozovus was in a tough situation there, no matter what he does. But SS1 Pace, man, was on fire this game. Able to clean it up, going to be walking away your MVP. Well-deserved. And again, that Soul Jade coming in, the Dragon's Roar, really locking down such a strong position for him there, especially when it came to fighting over that final Spirit Well. Able to constantly use it to just threaten that space, knock people out. And I mean, people were so close. Every time we cut to it, somebody was like just a half a tick away from it locking down that Spirit Well, getting a full reset, getting their ult back online, getting a set of legendary armor, and Pace just denies it time and time again.
Other areas that most people land here for Morris Isle, and we have Artesian Grove also packed out as well. So it's going to be interesting to see where these players start and how strong they start, depending on the loot that they get immediately. As we see Pace immediately duking it out with Wolves, and it looks like it's going to be the rematch from earlier, from game 1. He wants that smoke from earlier. He said, listen, I remember that fight from earlier. Don't think I didn't remember. You was doing real bad to me, and it's time for me to actually bring you back what exactly would happen to you earlier. Oh, beautiful parry to be able to go through with the nice redirect towards this. Not looking good for him here. He's got the dagger. He's getting real close. Nice strike towards this with the blue focus. Trying to see if he can take the timeout, just trying to see if he can capture on the side. Both of them want this elimination. I don't think any of them is going to want to fight this out. They're not trying to run. Oh, Pace with a beautiful right click with the blue focus, with the katana, able to get the shutdown and capture the elimination on the Wolves. Here comes the right back towards this. T225 ends up getting thrown off the backside. He said, don't you ever walk in my home like this. This is my home. This is my home. Comprende? Papiche? And he sends them out flying multiple combos to be able to capture it. Oh my goodness. Pace treats him like a book, and he catches 2 off the rip.
Man, Pace is on fire today. Again, when we talked about players who came in this summer split season who just absolutely cooked, Pace is one of those players, and he is showing us why today. He has come out to put a show on, moving on up into second place off the back of his performance so far. As we cut over to Alliance's Frozovus here on one of his better heroes here, Hadi, as he goes head-to-head here with DRG's Fong here on the nunchucks. This is also one of Frozovus's preferred weapons as well. Looking to lock it down. There we go. Huge parry from Frozovus. What a beautiful read coming in there from Alliance's big dog himself. Able to knock him back there with that armor shatter. Now coming through, setting it up. There we go. Mini meter dump coming in from Frozovus. DRG's Fong with the teleport gets control of the neutral there, but I don't believe he's got any ports left. Alliance's Frozovus 1% away from ultimate. This is going to be bad though. He doesn't have time to get the transformation, and he goes for it anyway, and because of it, DRG's Fong cuts him down. Absolutely
insane shutdown just for that. Cut him down like a tree. Got to be careful in certain instances here, as it looks like he's going to capture Action. Action was just hiding out. A little upside down like a bat, not trying to get caught up. You know, we love to see it. Oh, beautiful parry onto Action here to start. He's able to do a decent little bit of recovery here, but he ends up capturing him with some of that decent strike here coming in from the hand blades here. Not looking good for him here. Star actually takes a decent amount of damage here onto this. Oh, the actual almost capturing him as well towards this. Action now has to try to retreat off this as best he can here. As Star starts to split off here, Zhang wants that energy. He wants it. He's going to push towards this here. Meanwhile, Star has the opportunity to go for the shield because it's not looking good because now all eyes are on Action. Action just trying to retreat out of this. Zhang wants to be able to capture this fight. Oh, he decided to turn around. He wants the smoke. He's dangerously low. It's not looking good for him. Oh, beautiful turnaround towards the strike. Nice little bit of a swipe towards this all the way with that nice little bit of a retreat. And now, Action trying to hold on. How did he live through that? I thought that was it. Like, I thought both of them were actually going to dive bomb onto him. And just like that, it was over. There's no way. Action still staying alive towards this, keeping the game structure decent while he's just trying to roam around, not trying to get caught up too badly here, but still wants to get some decent strikes here. Oh no, Star almost gets caught in a corner. Oh, and it looks like Zhang is able to dive in and captures the finish. Can Zhang finish it off and get a two-piece towards this? Oh, he's trying to capture him with the bow strike, but it's not going to be enough. It looks like he's going to pop open the Hottie ulti here, and he's going to roam and soar, but it's not looking good for him here as he's slowly just trying to capture it. Oh, not making it easy for him here. He finds the gray shield swap just to keep the game alive just a little while longer here. Oh, almost strikes him down off the wall here. Not able to do enough. Almost hits him at least through the wall. But it looks like Star is able to keep the game alive as another ulti from Zhang wasted.
Zhang here. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's so close. All he needed to do was realistically put that fire tick on Star once, and it would have been over. He just was not able to connect. He fumbles it through the windows twice, but still able to clutch it up, able to lock Star down, come around the corner, and clean up that elimination. As we head on over to Celestra here, fight breaking up between X1's Wu Fang, Wolves Wang Liang, and EWG's Arano showing up for the third party as well. The fire tick putting in work, and Arano gonna send Wolves out of the lobby. Things are not looking good for Wolves Wang Liang. This is his second game where he's gone out early, and he has moved down into the bottom of the pack. He's got a lot of work to do in his next 3 games. We cut over to GG Shaw. Speaking of a lot of work to do, trading blows with DRG's Fong. Things just do not look great here. Really nice grapple bump with the follow-up. Unfortunately, the terrain gonna stop a little bit of that damage from him, and then Fong just turns around for the easy cleanup there with how low GG Shaw was. Unfortunate for GG Shaw. Luckily, still has a rebirth, but it's a bad part of the game, in my opinion, to be eliminated. And this is what we talked about earlier. This is kind of that stage of the game where you don't really want to be eliminated because it puts you on such a bad tempo for the rest of the game. So I would not be surprised to see GG Shaw be pretty quiet for the rest of the game leading up to that final circle. Bada's Action over here off the back of an early elimination, still looking to loot back up and get back into this game. We're going to see here X1's Wu Fang with that ticket to head on inside the Realm of Yang, just chilling. And it looks like a lot of these other players are going to opt to break away and go look for their own portal. Jail's AIS here, trading blows with SS1 Pace. Pace trying to force AIS out of the circle here so he can get that Realm of Yang ticket. Pace doing what Pace does best here. Just is going to decide to back away from this. Doesn't need to overcommit to this fight and is going to head towards another Realm of Yang. I really like the way Pace has been feeling out these Realms of Yang. He'll come in, see how committed these players are to a Yang or not. And if he sees they're pretty committed, he wastes no time breaking away, resetting, and looking for another way in to that Realm of Yang. T225 here, looking to head into Yang as well. Just going to pop that ult. Keep himself moving here before he heads on in. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be KLA's T225 versus DRG's Fong. Will we get to see the first Tarka Infinite I think we have seen all year? Time will tell. KLA's T225 here versus DRG's Fong. Who's going to come out on top? He does have the sword, waiting for that moment. He needs to bait these Fs out. He needs to get it online and see if he can't lock up that Infinite here on Tarka. The F already invested here on the side of T225, waiting for the opportune moment. He's got to bait those Fs out pretty quick if he wants to have that opportunity to look for it. He's going to pop the ultimate, goes for the elbow. waiting for it, trying to come in, make something happen. The old recast on the other side here by DRG's Fong misses the opportunity to set up the ultimate there. That uppercut not quite going the way he wants to. He's got to find the people's elbow here if he wants to make something happen. Doesn't quite connect onto it. DRG's Fong is in such a strong position here. That R&B doing so much damage. T225, the ult runs out. There's no world where T225 wins this fight. Sure enough, DRG's Fong comes in off the top rope and sends him home.
The absolute finish towards this as we have back into another realm of Yang here, and we got the eyes of Xshin and Wufong middle of their fight. Looks like Xshin was trying to see if he could find a nice little bit of a grab, maybe a strike here towards this. Oh, nice little bit of dodge coming in from Xshin, trying not to get caught up by any of the combos Wufong has to offer here towards this. Looks like he's going to dive back a little bit more towards it, trying to dodge it as best he can. And it looks like he sadly was unable to find it here as Wufong is able to capture a beautiful amount of combos here towards this. Not looking good for him here. Oh, no, almost catches him inside of it. Ends up finding the circle tick from the heel. Is able to stun it. Oh, he ends up catching it. Oh, no. He actually misses out on the final strike towards that. That would have been so vital for him to win the Realm of Yang here. 51 seconds left on the clock here. It really does take one good strike from one of these players. Action dangerously low. That water tick so dangerous. You got to be careful here. As it looks like both of them are going to try to heal up just a little while longer here, just to keep it alive. It's not looking good though. 30 seconds left on the clock here. They're going to have to absolutely dive in on it. Oh, here we go. Beautiful strike towards that marvelous parry off Wufong. Wufong able to feel it out. Xshin doing a great job here with some of his dodges. He really is able to read these super well, but sadly, he's just on the wrong side of this one here as now he has to dive around, but it's not going to be enough as Xshin does get eliminated and Wufong is able to capture him inside of the Realm of Yang.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. T225 unfortunately going to be eliminated here. Yet again by DRG's Fong, the run it back, and Fong sends T225 back to the lobby. He's not going to be here for the rest of game at number 3. EWG's Arano going to have his shield stripped away almost immediately. And our boy Fong continues his reign of terror in this game. 4 eliminations under his belt already. He still has that buff from the Realm of Yang here, chasing down here on the Volta player Arano, just waiting for Arano's ult to go out. We're gonna see the 2 Na coming into play here. DRG's Fong gonna come in, and they're in such a strong position. They still have ultimate. Of course, they still have Vermilions as well. They can commit to this fight over and over again here, as long as they've got that Vermilions and look to take an even stronger lead. Big damage onto EWG's Arano. The poison shroom's gonna be popped, and this is actually favorable for DRG's Fong. Again, he has that safety net. He can afford to take this fight. Waits for the bubbles to go away, looks for the scale rush. Everybody coming in wants this elimination, misses the opportunity, but finds it. DRG's Fong goes to 6, and he's still sitting pretty, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. He's gonna go down, but Vermilions keeps him safe as Fong climbs the leaderboard over and over again. GG Shaw coming back in, looking for his 3rd elimination. Gonna find a ton of damage onto JL's AIS here. The ult gonna come to an end. AIS taking control of the neutral, trying to find the freeze, doesn't quite find it. The bubbles come in, looking for the R&B. GG Shaw wants to make the most of this Vermilion Bird's Might. He will find the elimination, and Fong is running it back.
Absolutely insane. He wants to be able to run that back here. Absolutely dangerous here. He's got to be a little bit more careful here. Doesn't want to get caught up towards this one as we're still inside of the cave here. It's a 4-way system here, and the halls is looking real greenery. And it looks like Frostivus is going to decide he's going to be the first one to dip out of this. He does not want none of that smoke from the inside. It looks like Fong trying to see if he can find a nice one. He ends up finding Frostivus back inside here. I thought he would have been fully retreated. It looks like everybody else decides to leave, but Wufong wants all that smoke. Oh, man, and Shaw ends up getting eliminated by Wufong. Wufong able to capture another elimination. He's 4 eliminations deep into this game right now. He's 4 deep. That Wufong is popping off right now. He is feeling it.
Yeah, Wufong having a very, very strong game. And again, he still has 38 seconds there on that. Unfortunately, his fan's going to get parried away from him there, but the Vermilion's going to keep him in the game. As we take a look at the scoreboard, DRG's Fong at 6, X1's Wufong at 4, and GG Shaw at 3. Shaw finally finding some more momentum in this game. You know, he's been playing catch-up all day, just with the rest of the players on the bottom of the leaderboard, but now he's in a state where every point he starts to pick up actually cleans up space for him to climb the leaderboard. He's moved on up into 9th position. DRG's Fong, though, in a bit of a pickle here. Trying to break away from this fight, unfortunately forced to burn the ultimate, forced to burn both of his Fs just to get away and keep the game alive. But Fong does just that. As we see GG Shaw and some of these other players trying to debate, do they want to stay and contest the Spirit Well, or do they want to give chaser to TRG's Fong? And Shaw says he wants Fong, goes for the elimination, but from downtown with a musket shot, it's our boy Alliance's Frostivus to clean up the elimination onto DRG's Fong.
He said downtown. Absolutely. What a beautiful finish towards this, though. He wasn't able to get a shutdown towards this. And does a really good job of it, though. Meanwhile, Action still off the rotation in the run it up. GG Shaw trying to see if he can come in with third party here. T-Star ends up getting pulled, not looking good as GG Star ends up stealing the elimination away from Action here. And now here comes those combos. Almost goes invisible. Is able to actually lose him for a split second here. Is able to dive back. Nice little bit of a stun here. Both of them trying to read it well. Action ends up capturing the parry. Not looking good as Shaw captures a beautiful two-piece. And Shaw is 5 eliminations deep into this game. GG Shaw is not through. Isn't it crazy? He was down at the very, very bottom. Now look at him. He's 2 slots away from qualifying. Just like that. I told you, things can change.
I mean, things can change, but he's had to put in the work, right? Shaw has not slowed down since the beginning of the day, which is good. That's exactly what he needed to do. But here we are with SS1's Pace versus Wu Fong inside the realm of Yang. Pace trying to set up a big teleport there. We'll get a little bit of damage, but doesn't find control of that neutral game like he's hoping to. A huge 2-stage charge coming out there from that Soul Jade, putting the burn tick on to X1's Wu Fang there. That blistering edge going to do a lot of work for SS1 here. And now trying to come back in and find it yet again, looking for a way to set this up. He has not. There we go. The ult going to be invested. Wu Fang going to come in there with that. Now the ult on the side of Wu Fang. There we go. Teleporting away, but still going to get speared out. Wu Fang with a really clean read into the grapple bump uppercut on the side of the wall. Oh my goodness, that could have been deadly for SS1's Pace, but he has Shatter in the back pocket, and Shatter keeps him from going into a TOD off of the Valda grapple bump. That said, it's not going to be enough to win him this Realm of Yang as it all comes up X1's Wu Fang.
Absolutely insane finish towards this. You love to see it in terms of how it's been going so far for some of these players. Wu Fong here has been doing amazing, and so is GG Shaw. Those are the two that we should be focusing on currently here, as it looks like SS1's Pace. Two eliminations deep into this game. Now he has 5 minutes left on the clock for him to clutch up, capture a Soul Bloom, and keep the game alive for himself. Let's see if he can keep that same interest going. Love to see it here, especially with that amount of momentum here. I don't know what's going on here. There's something happened. They drunk some type of water or something, because that amount of confidence, also the dodging, doing very, very good for him. That amount of advantage that you have being able to read through some of those moves and being able to predict the next steps is phenomenal. That's why some of these players are some of the best in the world right now.
Paced here, 4 minutes and 16 seconds left remaining on that Yang depletion. And, you know, it's been a while since it's happened, but for those of you who are new here and don't know, that second Realm of Yang, they extended the duration of Yang depletion as you come out of that Yang, so you have a little bit more time to figure out a Soul Bloom. That change was made because a lot of players look to avoid the second Realm of Yang because it was so heavily weighted with the risk. There was not a lot of reward for realistically taking it. Now, with the extra time to potentially remove that Yang depletion coming out of the second Realm of Yang, you see a lot more players coming in and taking those Realms of Yang. Very healthy change that was made for the game here. It allows for things to continue with the action towards this section of the game before we get ready to head into Zone 4, which is realistically where the end of mid-game starts to come through and we start to head into late game. And you want to keep that pressure alive, and you also want to reward players who are able to take those Yangs and give them a reason to want to do it. So very good changes that we saw a while back, and happy to see players continuing to take that risk. That player, of course, being Paced right now, who's down to 3 minutes left remaining here, and 3 minutes may not seem like a long time, but in terms of Naraka, that is a lot of time for you to potentially find yourself a Soul Bloom here. And Paste, really good strategy here. He's not the one committing onto the fight so much. He finds another fight that's already going on and comes in and looks to be the arbiter, that sort of third party. This is a smart way to not give away the fact that you are a player who has that Yang depletion, because if you just start to heavily overcommit to the fights, it becomes very, very clear that, okay, hey, this player's got Yang depletion. We can literally just time this out. We don't have to take this fight. We just use the movement tech and keep things going. Paste is doing a very good, but Pace doing a very good job of not giving that away. He's keeping both of these players interested. You've got the one player who's trying to get away here, and then you have the other player, Wufong here, who's also trying to keep both of these players engaged in a fight, which is very, very good for Pace. This is exactly what you want when you're in this position. What's unfortunate for Pace, though, is that where the circle is closed down, we are on Ballista Watch, we are on Tower Watch, and this is a nightmare if you're a player with Yang depletion trying to secure an elimination, because there's so much ability for players to use this tower, to use movement skills, to use those scale rushes, to make it so hard for you to be able to really commit and lock down onto an actual elimination, especially when you're trying to chase down a Hadi Ishmael on top of the tower movement here. But really clean stuff coming in from Paste. He's popped the ultimate here. He's been able to get those teleports down onto Xu Zhang a couple of times here. Xu Zhang on the inside, though, that ult going to be ended early, so he gets to maintain some of that rage, going to pop the 2 Na. And again, this is a tough situation to be in if you're Paste, especially because you just committed the ultimate there. So Xu Zhang, yet again, on that tower watch, playing Ring Around the Rosie here, going to make it very difficult for Paste. And again, we talked about those 3 minutes being a lot of time. You know, this would have already well been over if it was the old timing there for the Realm of Yang. So Paste, with 55 seconds left remaining, is going to have to make a decision here, because now none of these other players are committing to the fight anymore. You had Wufong before looking to commit to the fight, hasn't come back in. We're seeing GG Shah throwing some range shots out here. This could be good for Paste, but Paste has got to find their way back heavily into this fight. Has got to find a way to make somebody commit. They decide they're not going to find it, and I think Wufong figured out what's going on. The jig is up here for Paste. As soon as Paste goes to move away, look at everybody in the lobby lock onto them. I think Wufong finally figured out that Paste was a player with Yang depletion looking to make something happen. As soon as he decides to grapple away, trying to keep these players from picking up an elimination, picking up a kill on him, the lobby turns on him. And sure enough, Paste into the zone, decides to go out on his own terms, and does not give a single more elimination to anyone else in the lobby.
Absolutely insane finish towards this. You love to see it. See if they can rotate towards this and see what type of momentum can be helped towards this. And now, Wufong able to take that same momentum and rush it through. Able to dive back and dive deep as Frosty is trying to see if he can time it. Is now Frosty is going to be able to pop the ulti here. Says, see you later. I'm going airborne. I'll catch you on the next one. As he ends up on top of the ballista here. Nice little bit of aerial coverage. Realizes nobody's in there. Goes inside. Catch a little bit of some fire tick, though, from the cannon. Doesn't have too much of an issue towards this. Is, oh, looks like he's going to be able to drop all the way down. Finds GG Shaw on the door. Oh, ends up swiping him and says, see you later, buddy. Frostivus up top as well. Trying to see what amount of momentum can he get forth to just to try to get away here. He really is going to need to. Looks like he was struggling. He could have been able to walk in on the inside, but I think he knows with the amount of people all the way around, it's not going to be easy. Just like you said before, that tower watch can be very hectic. Oh! Almost caught him with the Banes, though. He ends up catching the heal and the shield. Keeping the game alive. Nothing too hasty. Oh, got to be a little careful, Joseng. Don't run into that. Those are very painful. Oh, gonna keep fighting. He's gonna keep roundabouting him in all the... Oh, my goodness! All right. Nice little reset for everybody. As Wufong gets absolutely shredded by the Bane's Breath real quick. Frostivus taking his time little by little. Doesn't also want to get caught by it as well. 21 seconds left on that Bane's Breath. Goes inside of the tower hill, waits for it, goes inside of the corner, takes his time, pops the shield, fully heals, full shields. Now he's ready to go. Taking their time as everybody else starts to rotate here. We're 4 players deep into this final circle here. It's interesting to see what happens when people wait all the way to the very end, or what happens when all of the players are ready to just duke it out before the circle tick even ends.
Well, Wu Feng and Gigi Xia, really, really strong position right now. Both Valdas want to go to heal off, and because there's 2 Valdas, it's going to be very hard for the rest of the lobby here to actually focus a Valda out, because it's going to be in the best interest of the other Valda player if they see one of the Valdas getting focused down, to actually help that Valda out, to keep them from being focused out of the lobby, so that they can have that layer of protection. So not only that, Wu Feng and Gigi Xia, both on 5 eliminations each, is going to set them up for success as they currently lead the lobby. And sure enough, here you can see it, the kind of pack mentality that breaks out in these final zones. And, you know, some players might call this soft teaming, but in this particular instance, this is a competitive necessity for these players. If they don't help each other out here just a little bit and try to target some of these non-Valda players out of the lobby, they will find themselves immediately targeted out of the lobby. So it's not something that they can really avoid doing here, and that's why you're going to see both of the hotties over here kind of going around the corner. Frostivus, though, with the disrespect, doesn't care. He's just like, look, I'm gonna put some damage down on you, Xu Zhang, hopefully turn the attention away from me. Unfortunately, that is not what happens, as both of our Valdas there, Wu Feng and Xia, continue to chase Frostivus down here. Frostivus forced to burn the ultimate to go skyward here just to find the reset. Going to end it early here. Smart plays from Frostivus, wants to conserve as much rage as possible going into the late game here. JG Xu Zhang now going to be the target here, as he does not have ultimate, and he's down below here, trying to scale rush up, trying to create some distance, wants to turn things over, maybe turn the attention back onto Frostivus again if he can, but it doesn't look like it's going to go his way, as both Justinas continue to rock onto his position. Xu Zhang top side here. Looks like he might actually get a little bit of time, a little bit of respite. He gets 1 charge or 2 not off. Tries to get a second, is going to get bow shot out here by Gigi Xia. Xia not going to give anybody time to find the reset they're looking for. Alliance's Frostivus is going to keep things moving here with that fan in the back pocket, keeping it there for that movement tech, keeping it there for the scale rushes. Frostivus is going to take a shot there, immediately going to go in for the scale rush. Frostivus now becoming the target here, and Xu Zhang understanding the assignment, going to come in to provide just a little bit of support here. He cannot let these 2 Valdas make it to heal off. Unfortunately, Frostivus is taking a ton of damage here, nowhere near having his ultimate back online, and there's no way Gigi Xia is going to let Frostivus get away here. Frostivus with a huge parry onto Xia into the legendary fan upgrade. GG's Xu Zhang down now. Unfortunately, Frostivus will go to 3rd place here, but I don't see a world where he's able to secure an elimination. Yeah, he's going to go down to Wu Feng, and now is Gigi Xia. X1's Wu Feng. The truce is over, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ult for ult. Wu Feng trying to land that spear, not going to be able to make it. Xia with theirs coming in on the Justina now, looking to lock the freeze up. There it is. Ka-chang. Gigi Xia with the F, holding out, just trying to get this away. He knows. No, the parry comes through. Wu Feng turns this fight on its head. If Xia had been able to bait that fight out just a little bit longer, he could have taken it here, but unfortunately, he was not. He gets caught out. Gigi Xia goes down. Wu Feng comes out on top.
Sheesh! Wu Feng played that so well. He did a phenomenal job, if I'm being honest with you. That amount of timing here, he was duking it out the entire way. Like, he didn't stop. He kept going. And as you can tell towards the end of this, look who comes out on top, ladies and gentlemen. Wu Feng does it, and he holds strong. He said, yeah, you gonna get it. We gonna do it right. That's exactly how we gonna make it work. Yes, sir. Lock in for Perdoria. The nighttime sky is, never mind. Daytime sky. It's very pretty. The sun is out. The guns are out. Let's see if those movements is just as quick. As I look in, we're going to see both staffs maybe going to hold strong here between Wolves and AS. See if they can rotate towards this. Nice little bit of movement here with the strike. Going to be able to time it just right. Nice little moment here to try to see if maybe he can run toward it. Oh, nice little bit of a gold strike right towards it here. Trying to see if they can rotate towards it a little bit. Oh no, ends up turning around. Just absolutely strikes it and sends Wolves packing. Says, see you later, buddy. You thought you had the opportunity here. Because we're going to look back at Extion trying to fight this out. Beautiful timing towards this one. Oh, blue strike on both sides, both waiting for the opportunity here. Oh, when he waits for it with it, he's going to be able to take the time strike. Does exactly what he needs to. Connects it and says, see you later. I want to go over there where WL is, and y'all have a conversation in the Ghost Realm.
Over to two alliances, Frostabus and GG Shaw. Frostabus was in a good position until a huge parry comes in from Shaw. Unfortunately, the bubbles had already gone out. Frostabus, nothing he can do about that. As we head back on over to where we were before, DRG's Fong, X1's Wu Fong, and a bunch of other players, even SS1's Paste, Wolves, Wang Yang, all trading blows here. Fong on the run right now, though. Trying to get away. Unfortunately for X1's Wufong, no grapples in the back pocket here. And if you've ever been without grapples in Naraka, you know how difficult of a situation that could be, especially if you're trying to hunt down an elimination here. DRG's Fong just trying to keep it moving here with the scale rush. Pace trying to come in, goes in for the grapple, but gets LMB'd there off of the dagger into the uppercut. Pace gonna back off to take a reset here. Fong going to do a little of the same, but now wants to pressure in on to Pace. Pace got to play this very careful here, trying to find some grapples for himself so he can keep in the game. Goes into the slap here. SS1 Pace with a little unsuspected timing there off of the slap. We're going to see Tessa invest the F there after getting parried. Does not have time to re-secure the weapon. Trying to come topside. Huge fan LMB coming in from Pace as Pace cleans up an easy elimination onto DRG's Fong. Fong, with no safety net, is going to have to find a soul altar to respawn at.
Meanwhile, with this one, Wolves going to be able to find it towards the next stretch here. Pace is going to try to see if he can get some nice strikes. Oh, both of them ends up getting shredded by all the way around and drowning it out inside of the water. Meanwhile, looks like K2225 is going to be able to capture that first elimination. The question is, can he capture the second? Pace has been playing really well here, and he's been doing really well, but sadly, he was not able to read it or at least be able to at least react and reset himself for the next sets of the facts here. And sadly, he does end up getting deleted and finished off of that game. Absolute tough here. But a really great advantage for him, though, and towards that as well.
As we cut over to JDG's Chu Zhang and EWG's Arano. All these players over here are clearly looking to get their hands on that Volpine Essence if they can, to have that big advantage heading into the realm of Yang. Sha gonna get parried out here by TE's Star, and oh my goodness, Chu Zhang shows up and double blue focus attacks into GG. Sha is gonna send him back to the Soul Altar. Jisha not happy about that whatsoever. As we cut back to TE Star, JDG's Chu Zhang trading blows here. Fan versus Dagger. Chu Zhang with a clean parry into the charge LMB uppercut with the follow-up there off of the Dagger. Not the cleanest to follow up, but still plenty of damage, though the weapon, or sorry, armor swap in there for TE Star. Gonna leave him in a decent position. That purple Hong sword in the back pocket, but using those dual halberds for the movement here. We're gonna see as EWG's Arano shows up for the third party. Star forced to go ahead and burn the ultimate just to keep it alive. Arano up to the rooftop here, trying to find somebody. There it is, Arano, the player with the Volpine Essence as well. So Arano able to clutch it together for himself here. Unfortunately, hasn't been able to clutch together an elimination. So he's going to have to head into the realm of Yang to look for his first elimination. Realistically, as the rest of these players here are going to make it very difficult for him, and you don't want to burn that Volpine Essence before you head into the realm of Yang. It's such a huge advantage to have in the back pocket. It would be kind of crazy to see Arano overcommit to a fight and lose it early.
Overcommitting is kind of like, there's an essence to it where it kind of like is all over the place, but also in these types of situations here, you do have to be somewhat careful. And if you're not, that's where things really do start to get a little bit, you know, hectic and a little hasty. And then we'd be able to work it from there. But let's see where that opportunity rises and goes. Let's see if they can work towards it with the next section, as T225 is already in the lead with 3 eliminations so far here. I mean, he's doing so well. He finally hit the 50 mark.
We are
Let's see if we
Realm
can
of
rotate
Yang.
towards this, though.
Yeah, it looks like Battle's Action able to get the ticket here. Holding on to those purple fist blades. Those fist blades really strong in the early game before we see those soul jades start to come through. And Action just gonna scare everyone off here. Nobody wanting to commit to trying to rip this ticket away from Action. They're gonna let him have that Realm of Yang as we head on over to EWG's Arano. And again, you know Arano's not gonna miss this. He's got that Vulpine Essence in the back pocket. Such a huge advantage in the Realm of Yang here. There's no world where he lets somebody else take it. GG Shaw wants to come take it from him, but Arano in such a good position. He's got 20 seconds here just to wait it out. GG Shaw, though, with some really good damage on the side. This a massive parry. This is actually, oh, I thought for a second Arano didn't have a weapon in the back pocket there. I was like, Arano just can't take it now, but still in the game here. Arano just needs to get inside the Realm of Yang. Going to use that F to bait it out. Going to go ahead and ult across, use the dash because he gets the full reset on everything here. Now, that said, Arano in a bit of a pickle. He does have a single weapon here. If he gets parried at all inside this Realm of Yang, it is a disaster for him. If he manages to not get parried and play it safe here, though, that Vulpine Essence is going to be a massive boon for him.
See if they can conjure it up and work towards the next one here. They can figure it out here. I mean, even with this, though, the switch up is very good. And it's very unexpected for some of them. But let's see where it really is important, especially once we get into this Realm of Yang here. I think this Realm of Yang will really tell how these players really are able to duke this out and rock towards it. As we see Wufong and Arano are going to be able to fight this out. This is where things get real good. And it looks like they're both going to go airborne. Trying to see if they can conjure up the next sections here. Ooh, Arano taking the time. Beautiful turnaround. It was almost a 360 into the parry. But the reset coming in from Wufong was able to read that super well. Does a really good job of it. Let's see if they can keep that same momentum. Oh, it pops open the ulti here. And just like that, the movement does get slowed down towards Arano. And Arano, oh no, ends up getting juggled, but nice little reset though, coming in from the freeze, ends up catching him right back onto the arch from it, and here comes the Arctic Wraith. He's gonna be able to pop open for Justina, catches the freeze, and it looks like he's able to capture him at least inside of this combo. Does he complete the combo? No, he doesn't. Oh, almost catches him inside of another freeze here. He still has another opportunity for the potential strike. Both waiting it out with the blue focus, waiting for the timing. Oh, but he ends up striking, and it cost him a parry as Arano does go airborne here. Wufong takes a little bit too long to access that strike here. Beautiful dives coming through here, and he dodges every chance he gets. Stops the push from Arano with the grapple. Is able to read him a little bit better than what we were seeing from earlier here. Oh, dives back just enough to be able to read it, and just like that, Arano was able to take the elimination away from Wufong. Wufong played a absolute valiant effort, a valiant fight, but sadly Arano would just read him just a little bit better.
Arano here going to pick himself up quite a setup here. Those legendary fist blades going to be really big for him heading into the next stage of the game. As we take a look here, DRG's Fong on the run here. All of his armor stripped away. Jail's AIS and GG Shaw on the hunt. We've got X1's Wufong and KLA's T225 here with Yang depletion. T225 though, off to a good tear this game with 3 eliminations, currently leading the pack for number of kills on the board. DRG's Fong, yet again, just holding on for dear life. Now, this is what I'm talking about with this Tessa pick. I just don't like this Tessa pick at all into solos right now. You are so vulnerable. Look, you get that ult out. It's so avoidable. Arano, point blank in the face, is just able to avoid that ultimate. There's no place to go. Your F's out. You still don't have time. Look, you're going to find the armor swap. Gets caught out on the edge of the ultimate, and it gets frozen out. That's just it, man. I really just did not like this Tessa pick, and to no surprise, DRG's Fong flames out with no eliminations. We head over to Valda's Action versus TE's Star. Action here looking for their second elimination of the game. Star just trying to keep their game alive. 0 eliminations, forced to burn the ultimate. JDG's Chu Zhang on the self-throwing ballista here, looking for an opportunity to get in on this fight. Musket shots also coming in left and right here on Star. Bada's Action gonna stop to do a little bit of shopping. He said, hold up, boys. let me pull over and get a soda before we get back on the chase. JDG's Chu Zhang coming in from the top rope. KLA's 225 also looking to come in and clutch something out here. Knows he needs a Soul Bloom to cleanse this Yang depletion, keep his game alive. And TE Star gonna get caught out in the uppercut there off of those nunchucks, trying to keep it going. Bada's Action gonna invest the ultimate for himself here. Action looking to find yet another elimination here. T225 doesn't really need the elimination so much as he just needs to pick himself up that Soul Bloom. So he's slow playing this. He does still have 2 minutes left on this Yang depletion. Plenty of players here taking fights in front of him. He doesn't want to give it away how bad he needs it. He's going to come in here on the Action, get some clean blows. Action, they're going nunchucks for nunchucks here. Action with a huge advantage in terms of weaponry, though, because he's got those legendary nunchucks. T225, though, keeping a clean control of the neutral, forcing Action to keep it moving here. Action heading on inside. T225, again, not overly pressuring here. He knows there's other players around. He's got to find somebody who's low. Does not have too long, though. 1:37. We're going to see those Realm of Yang starting to come through. Bada's Action going to head on over right past it. Just trying to keep himself alive here, though. T225 going to have to start applying a little more pressure here. He's got 1:21. Next one's Wufong. Going to buy him a little bit of a respite here to take a pot reset and come back in. Looking to make something happen. The ult here going to slow T225 down, though. He's got to find his way into this elimination or Soul Bloom. Bada's Action all the way in the backside, completely separated from this fight now. Going to find the armor swap into the white armor. X1's Wufong, KLA's 225, staying in hot pursuit here, looking to make something happen. T225 stopped out yet again by the Temi. This Temi picking on poor old T225 here, trying to keep him from closing out this elimination. JDG Zhang on that tumult, being one of those players making it happen here. And now T225 desperate. 37 seconds left remaining on the Yang depletion. Heal up here, probably needs to look for the ultimate. There it is. Now needs to make the most of this ultimate. He's got a full meter to burn here. If he can find a good hit off of one of these spears into a meter dump there with those nunchucks, there's still a world where he comes back in. X1's Wufong in a very similar situation is going to head that way. There it is. Go for the meter dump. T225 actually doesn't go for the meter dump. The F going to be invested on the side of Wufong. He needs to find another spear here, a bubble, anything. He's going to go for it. No, doesn't quite go for the overhold of the Reese. 2 seconds. No place to go. Him and Wufong are going to be eliminated.
Absolutely insane. The finish towards that is so unfortunate here, as he was trying so hard. He definitely did not want to give that too much of a free read here, but obviously still trying to give it somewhat of something just to keep the game alive, but obviously not going to be able to do enough with that. But still, my goodness, having the chance here. And still, sadly, just being dove on by all the rest of the people, trying to see if that momentum can be any better. Meanwhile, the beautiful parry coming in from X-Jin as he is able to get the parry, the kick, the finish, and the dub. Frostivus is looking like, really, brother? Really? Really? This is what we doing? Which, you know, honestly, hey, listen. Unfortunate. Gotta lock in, my brother. Gotta take in that time, understand the essence, and really close it out when it really matters. Right now was that moment where it really mattered.
Yeah, Bada's Action here, looking in really good form. You know, earlier he was the one running from T225, was extremely low. Now locked in here with the legendary set of armor, the legendary cluck chucks, if you will. 2 eliminations, 8 players left alive in the lobby. He's got that White Tiger's prowess as well. Looking to lock in and make the most of this game. As you see, what he's actually doing here is he's going to go ahead and rotate towards the circle. This forces players to come into him. He doesn't have to go out and chase. He can set himself up potentially for that next spirit well that's going to pop up. He can really take a strong position and set up for the potential Bane's Breath that's getting ready to come through at the start of Zone 4 as well. So we cut back over to Alliances. Frostivus is going to go ahead and respawn back in here on the backside of Immortal. Looking to get some extra loot for the back pocket here before he heads out. He's got 4 minutes left remaining on that Yang depletion. So he's got a little while here to find himself a Soul Bloom. Pretty good situation to be in. 8 players left alive means there's going to be a lot of opportunities with how small the circle is about to get as Zone 3 collapses onto Zone 4 for him to potentially pick up a Soul Bloom, find the elimination, and take the Soul Bloom himself. He's in a stronger position than some of these previous games where we were down to like 6 or 5 players at this point. So Frostivus not out of it just yet. But it has a couple of outs available to him as we head forward. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left remaining on the Yang depletion. And it looks like he does have a bounty. Unfortunately, that bounty is on to Powda's X-Gen. And right now, that is the last player Alliance's Frostivus wants to be going head-to-head with.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be either in that situation, knowing, you know, how good these players are. Mind you, he's already at least past the qualifying line, but now he needs to stay there. And that's really the ripple effect when it comes to, you know, trying to work and dive into this. That's where things get really hasty. And this is also where you really have to kind of pay attention, especially as a player, really trying to capitalize on moments here. And it looks like, oh, wait, where'd that go? You just watch that shield stay there, and then it just disappeared. Huh? Meanwhile, everybody else, nice and spread out here. Tie game between Shaw and AIS. AIS still dangerously low at the very bottom here. 19.5, tying it up with Arano. The same amount of points here. Still has to keep that same momentum running smoothly. We're really going to see him absolutely shut this game down here. Oh, Frostivus. Looks like he almost got struck by that. I can't tell in terms of where, but he was up top here. Had to close it out in terms of the gap just to make it a little bit harder for him to try to see if he can capture anything. But, whew, he didn't make that easy. Frosty's going to go up top. He's going to start to, he's going to meet them. He's going to say, how you doing? I'd like to introduce myself. I hope you're having a good one.
Look, can we just talk about how sick that Scythe skin is, by the way?
It's nuts. It's actually really cool.
Frostivus here with 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the Yang depletion. He doesn't really have a choice here. He's kind of got to play his hand here and reveal that he is the one with Yang depletion and look to lock down an elimination. He can't afford to slow down anymore. He kind of baited it out there for 2 minutes looking for a clean opportunity and nothing presented itself. So he's got to make it happen now or make it happen never. There he is, TE Star on the backside there. Frostivus going to get caught up just a little bit, giving Star more time to break away. Luckily right now, the lobby seems to be following Frostivus's lead on trying to lock down Star. Star, though, does have that ult in the back pocket. So Frostivus has got his work cut out for him. 1 minute and 5 seconds here. He's going to have to wait for that perfect opportunity. He's going to have to pop that ult right as he sees Stars pop his. Catch him out with a spear to keep Star from breaking away there on the hottie. Frostivus with tough decisions to make. 50 seconds left remaining. Does he head into the zone to keep other players from picking up the elimination, getting potential points to surpass him, or does he stay on the hunt? Frostivus, not typically one of those players to go out with a whimper, will usually hunt to the very last second, giving himself every shot to stay in the game. Unfortunately, there's just no targets that he can get locked onto here. 25 seconds left remaining. A decision's got to be made, and I think Frostivus has made it. He's going to turn towards the zone here. Break away.
Oh, Frostivus.
Frostivus gave it his all here. Unfortunately, he just was not able to lock it down onto anybody.
Go back. Go fight. Go fight.
I mean, look, every player in the lobby except Paste is a player below him right now. It makes so much sense for him to make this play and not give them more, you know, wood to put on his own funeral pyre here. Every kill he gives one of those players, they are closer to putting him into the bottom 6. He needs to maintain that position. And here we go, Bowdow's action. This is what I talked about with his repositioning earlier, repositioning to come in here and set up for that Spirit Well. Unfortunately, he immediately gets shoved off of it.
He was so young. He was so frosty. He was so sweet. Meanwhile, as he's able to at least see if he can get something decent in terms of the loot here. See if they can keep that same momentum going for another patch. As Pace trying to rotate towards this, seeing if maybe there's an opportunity for something here. Pace in second place. He's moved up so far and so well throughout today so far here. Love to see it here as Pace is trying to see maybe he can find something that's going to be the advantage. The best thing for him. AIS able to run and rummage through it. Keeping the game alive. He's 3 eliminations deep into this game here, but he's dangerously low at the bottom. He's going to need to put in a lot of work if he's going to see himself in that top slot. And meanwhile, he's getting chased by Pace. Pace with that gold. Able to duke it out as best he can here. Nice bits of strikes all the way towards it. Let's see if they can keep that same energy all the way through and through. AIS struggling to find it here. Oh no, and he ends up getting absolutely bullied by the dual blades here. AIS just trying to see if he can duke this away, but it looks like it's not going to be enough here. He's just going to keep rummaging around this, but obviously he's most likely... He's getting tried by everybody here. The cannon shots from all over the place, and obviously the ricochet from that is going to do exactly what it needs to and gets the finish. Absolutely unfortunate for AIS here as he was trying to hold on for as long as humanly possible, but obviously it wasn't enough.
Yeah, no, unfortunately for him, he actually walks into Pace in that Cav Bloom, and Cav Bloom just puts in so much work, man. It is so hard when you get caught out on that, especially when you get pushed into the zone to take zone tick as well. As we take a look here, SS1's Pace still in the lobby here in a strong position, but only with 1 elimination. Baoda's Exjin with 3 eliminations, GG Shah also with 3, JDG's Chujang with 1, and EWG's Arano with 1. As the last Bane's Breath of the game comes through, and take a look at this, EWG's Arano still with an active Volpine Essence in the back pocket here. Very rarely do we see that Volpine make it all the way to the end game here. This could be huge for Arano if he takes it to heal off, but right now he's only got 1 elimination. If he wants to make the most of it, he's got to find himself in a strong position to pick up some kills here heading into those final moments. EE Star gonna get caught out here by the Tammy-Whisk. Double shots from both sides and a huge scale rush from Arano. Talk about making the most of it and setting himself up to find those eliminations. Speak and you shall receive.
Absolutely insane to be able to rock that towards it all the way, just to make it a little bit easier for him, or at least a little harder. Try to see if maybe they can duke it out towards the end of that circle here. And let's see if they can keep that same circle tick towards it as Pace is the only one alive from this roster here who has the opportunity to keep the game all the way and struggle. Make everyone else struggle towards it here. It's Exjin, GG Shah, Arano, and Shozang. All they're doing is fighting now. It's nothing but chasing after this. Because now every single one of them has a shot of really being able to put themselves at least past the red line. And the red line is exactly where you need to be if you want to be having the opportunity to head towards land and main line. And Exjin just holding strong for as long as humanly possible, making it harder for everyone else here. And it looks like he's going to be right towards it, just trying to duke it out little by little here. Let's see if they can keep that same momentum all the way through. Nice musket shots trying to connect. And it looks like some of them are definitely connecting towards this. Definitely struggling. Oh, nice hits to be able to shutter that all the way towards the end here. You got to be a little bit more careful here. They're just going to duke it out little by little here. Oh, beautiful parry. He gets the double inside of the water. He's still really low. No shield on him at all here. This is looking really, really hasty for him here. Oh, no, I'm getting scared. I'm getting scared. Oh.
Baoda with the advanced heal in the back pocket. And then come in with those nunchucks there. Going to use the trigger. Such a strong feature of the nunchucks. I think an underrated feature, if you will. We talked about this with Frostivus last year and how strong trigger actually is on the nunchucks. Now, we saw him use it to good effect last year, so no surprise to see Exjin doing the same here. Unfortunately, Exjin, you know, once these players lock onto you in the lobby, the sharks smell blood in the water, and a huge activation of the no ult zone sends him plummeting to the ground, and SS1's Pace is waiting in the wings with a massive uppercut, catches him outright, and GG Shah from downrange with the musket shot cleans up the elimination. What a way for him to go.
That was rude. That was rude. The shutdown there. That was a Steph Curry range right there. Show me what the chef is cooking. Chef Curry able to do exactly what he needs to here with the musket and gets that shutdown finish exactly the way that he wants to. That was just rude. No reason for him to do that.
I mean, that was the perfect storm. There's no communication between these players, but somebody pops the no ult zone as Paste sets up an uppercut off of the nunchucks to catch the falling hottie, while GG Shaw, already looking to take the headshot, waits for the uppercut to catch him and then just takes a nasty clean headshot to eliminate him. Man, talk about a perfect storm coming through for the elimination on About Us action.
You love to see it, though, when it all starts to become the best thing that you need to do in most of these situations, at least. But there could be a nice little bit of a conjure up here, but just like that, though, you're able to rocket right back towards it. Here's Arano trying to take it back and maybe try to see if he can time it with a nice little bit of a strike here. He sees Shazang on the sideline, just trying to see if he can close in this gap. Not looking good for him here, as Shazang is forcing Arano to pop that ulti here. He's going to go for the heals here. He goes outside of circle, knowing that he has the opportunity, but sadly only does just a little bit of some shield damage here. But now it's time for him to strike just a little bit while longer. Sadly, does not conjugate enough to get him something here, as he still has his ulti up. He goes for the first freeze. Does he have enough time? No, he doesn't. And he ends up getting pulled, though, by the blade coming through. And he ends up finding Shaw yet again for the third party, but it's not going to be enough as he ends up getting shredded from the outside from Shazang. Shazang really being the control freak inside of this section here, as Arano puts a little bit of some bullying power onto him here. Shazang catches the elimination onto GG Shaw. And just like that, now it's down to a 1v1. Shazang is going to be able to hold strong. Waits for the dodge. Arano trying to see if he can read him, but not doing too well here, as he's going to try to see if he can duke it both out. Oh, wow. He holds it so strongly. Nice hits from the blade, but it's not going to be able to do it enough. He pushes Shazang outside of the circle here, tries to see if he can dodge him just little by little. Their amount of movement is insane. The parry on both sides here. Arano dangerously low, but Shazang even lower. And just like that, Shazang turns it around and earns those 3 ranking points just to keep him from going out of it. But
yeah, that's Arano who comes out on top, buddy. Not Shazang.
No.
Oh, but yeah.
He gets those 3 ranking points. That's enough where he might, that's close. At least he's getting closer to qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, Arano here with the Volpine Essence in the back pocket, man. You're just watching the whole time. And you know, if you're JDG's Chu Zhang, you're like, yeah, I'm cooking. He's low. I got this. And then that Volpine pops. Talk about demoralizing. You're in the final zone. You're stuck.
Tranquility. Not necessarily at the altar, but very close. Nobody in the Salvation Podium, nobody in City of Tang, nobody in Yushan Ruins, and nobody in Imperial Village. It's most likely a center circle, at least towards Matab and beyond, and so forth. Let's see if they can keep that same momentum and go through towards it after that as well.
Here we go, Baoda's action. Coming top side, gonna run into JDG's Chu Zhang here. Clean entry into the fight here. Chu Zhang still not able to find anything here for himself. Goes for the pistol shot, does not connect. Action really doing a great job of controlling this neutral. Huge parry here, gonna go ahead and get the F out immediately. No hesitation into the ult with the follow-up freeze there. And man, Chu Zhang just gets absolutely cooked. Baoda's action in the kitchen right now said, don't worry, boy, I brought my own kitchen knives.
I got my own utensils. I got my own knives. I got my own spoons. Would you like a sip? Ooh. Meanwhile, right back at it inside of this play. Guys, do you know, y'all know we have Authority Roller coming out. Do you know this action? Oh. I love that. Congratulations. That's so fantastic. Authority Roller gets another one. Hey, T225, don't you end up getting that. Don't get caught up by the Thorny Roller too. I'm just saying, I love it. I low-key have a mental panic whenever I see the Thorny Roller coming in and I see 2 players in the midst of fighting, and I'm just like, hey, guys, I have a little bit of a mental kerfuffle in my brain sometimes. It's really good to see sometimes, as we're going to be able to lock this in here. So far, they've been playing super, super well. Let's see how that momentum strings together here, which obviously still is able to run it through all the way to the very end here. And now Action with that freeze, going to try to see if he can capture a little bit of some heals. It wasn't able to successfully do it, but still was able to dive strong and dive deep just a little bit more here towards this. Let's see if they can keep that same momentum going towards this, just to try to see if maybe they can find it. For a lot of different reasons here. All in all, that timing could be absolutely effortless here, but Action sadly is not able to do it. And the effortless is sadly not going to be in his name, because he just got absolutely duped.
As we head on over to podium here, it looks like Kaylee's T225 able to secure an early elimination, as well as that legendary weapon, which is huge for a Volta player right now. Being able to have that, plus a purple fan in the back pocket as well. T225 really setting himself up for success here. And you can see really smart plays here as well. He could stick around and overcommit to that fight with the potential for the third party, or he can just break away here, go look to do some more looting, keep his game alive here, knowing that he's geared up really well. I think he makes the smart decision to just go ahead and move away. He wants to make sure he takes that advantage into Realm of Yang, doesn't want to get eliminated and lose that huge gear advantage he's bought for himself at the worst possible position. Keep talking about it. Getting eliminated with your resurrection just before Yang is the worst time you can go out. It sets you up for the worst possible pacing you can have for the rest of the game when it comes to competitive play.
Even with competitive play too, there's still really a massive opportunity for any of them to really absolutely strike when the striking is hot. Meanwhile, K2225 just trying to hold strong just a little bit longer here, just trying to see what that momentum is really for a lot of these different moments. Trying to see what he can do here as the Tiger's going to be able to come through here. Oh my goodness, a massive hit on both of them here. Really giving it a little bit of a struggle here for certain things here. Making it a little harder for everybody else to do exactly what they need to. Oh, beautiful parry, just to show him what's good and says, hello, buddy, how you doing? Let's see if they can conjure it up towards the very end of the circle here. Really could be fantastic and phenomenal for a lot of different things here. And now, just like that, they're able to cut it strong. Just a little while longer here as Wolfong just trying to see if he can do it, but sadly he misses out on the strike just a little while longer. Nothing to his name now for his ulti here, and Wolfong says, my turn! As now he ends up going absolutely airborne and decides to fly away. And just like that, T225 ends up getting out of this game, unfortunately, with that elimination. Well, not out of the game, but goes for a quick reset, has to. Wolfong doing the exact same thing, pops open the ulti and says, I'll see you later.
Yeah, Wolfong decides to go ahead and get out of here, gets his kill, and says, peace. I'll catch you guys later. SS1's paced here. Doing a little bit of shopping here. No eliminations just yet for himself, but on the Temi pick here, got the purple armor, multiple purple weapons, purple bow in the back pocket, or sorry, not a purple bow, just a regular bow in the back pocket here for himself, but still, really good position. Paced just, he set himself up for success here. He's in second place right now. These two games, he doesn't really have to go crazy, right, Tom? He just realistically has to put a couple of points up on the board each game, and he qualifies no matter what. I don't think there's a world where Paced upsets and takes T225 away at this point, because T225, 15-point lead, the only thing Paced could do by trying to pressure himself into picking up really big games is actually hurt himself, right? Because if he goes out early, he takes the risks, he does run the potential of maybe some of these other players catching up to him, because he's not like T225 who just has such a domineering lead right now. He is still in a place where if he has two bad games, like 2 0-point games back to back, things could go wrong for him depending on how the scoreboard pans out. But I think he's doing the smart thing. He's going to play for the positioning. He's going to play for the qualifications. We cut over to Wolves Wang Liang here on the Akos pick with the ticket to head into the Realm of Yang. Two different players trying to contest him here, but he's in that ultimate. He's just going to use those tiger leaps, those tiger pounces, to keep himself right here in the zone. Look at that. Going to use the old stay airborne as long as possible while he waits for this out. 25 seconds. Now he's just going to burn the grapples. Going to hold that as long as he can. Gigi Shaw going to come topside here. I mean, Wang Liang playing this really well. Again, all of that resets as he heads back into the Realm of Yang. Going to be in a really good position. Now, that said, the aerial, as high as he is, that could have knocked him out of the zone if he wasn't careful there. He could have lost his ticket. But now he's just going to keep playing smart here. Going to have that F back online here in a second. Does get parried out. Gets knocked out of the zone. He might actually lose his ticket. No, he gets it. But unfortunately, in a really bad position that Liam knocks him out yet again. He can't get to it, and he actually ends up going out of the lobby over it. Wolves Wang Liang eliminated by JL's AIS, who heads on into the Realm of Yang to go head-to-head with X1's Wu Fang.
I'm shocked. The playstyle from Wong is definitely coincided a little bit here, and I'm really surprised to see. I mean, this was one of the top players who really did play so well here, and sadly, we're just not seeing him play to that moment that we've really noticed him to be so far here. I mean, he's absolutely been a phenomenal player overall here, but sadly just has not really seen him do what we've been wanting to see him do overall throughout these games here. As we see the dagger downs, I haven't seen that in a minute. for some of these plays as well overall here. He has a nice little bit of a time moment for the strike, does exactly what he needs to here just to get the finish. Just to be able to conjure up just a little bit more longer, but it's not going to be enough. Here's Wufong just trying to see if he can close this out. Pops open the ulti here just to be able to create a little bit of a diversion. Decides to use it for his moment to go for the heals here. Interestingly enough, doesn't fully use it for the moment to strike here. Decides to continuously and quickly use it for a chance to be able to go for some more heals. Just to be able to go back for the reset here. 5% now. Now we're going to be able to rotate towards this dive. Let's see if they can figure it out. Nice strikes, though, from the blue focus. Trying to see if he can time it right. Is he going to be able to back off this as well? Doesn't want to get caught up. Sadly does get caught up and does end up getting caught with a parry as well here. Oh, the dagger still doing a decent amount of work here. Damage still not being absolutely extremity, but still enough to be able to realize, yo, this is still a contender. And now, just try to see if he can back off this. Oh, the staff able to put a little bit of decent damage here, but that stun is able to put in enough work to be able to go for the reset, but sadly it's not enough as Wufong is able to read it, contest it, understand it, and finish it.
Yeah, X1's Wufong really in good form today as he picks up his third elimination here in game number 5. Those legendary dual blades going to serve him well as we get ready to head into zone 3, as well as he's going to be able to bring the aggression out here with that Vermilion Bird's Might and immediately on the hunt. Wastes no time heading out looking for his next elimination as we take a look. Baoda's Action, Jail's AIS, and SS1's Paste with Yang Depletion needing to find their way back into the game with an elimination and a Soul Bloom. As we get over to KLA's T225, EWG's Arano trading blows here. T225 going to take a huge hit there off of those legendary dual blades coming in there off that charged LMB, but it's not going to be enough to keep T225 down. T225 breaking away here, trying really hard not to invest that ultimate here, especially into EWG's Arano. Jail's AIS going to show up, though, and this is going to be a hard position for T225. Arano wants to put kills on the board while he's got the Vermilion Bird's Might, and AIS has got Yang Depletion. Not going to want to give this away whatsoever. There it is, the ult. T225 didn't want to invest it, but now going to find himself in a position where he has to. Arano going to stop, take some time to pop that 2-0. T225 going to head into the zone here. Going to force these players to earn it if they want it. He understands the situation he's in. He also knows he's really far ahead right now in terms of points. If he can keep them from getting a kill, he will. Unfortunately, that's not likely to happen with both these players on it. AIS gets the kill. He gets the Soul Bloom. Jail's AIS will live to fight again here as he secures that Soul Bloom, secures that elimination. SS1's Paste will pick up one onto Alliance's Frostivus, and it looks like Paste also clearing his Yang Depletion here. Unfortunately, it might cost him the game here. CE Star, DRG's falling hot on his heels. No ultimate available, and only a little tick of HP left remaining, maybe about 150 to 175 HP here. The F going to come back online. Grapple's going to let him get away here, and this is going to be a huge boon for him. The fact that he's sitting here inside Plumed Castle, lots of places for him to go away. Unfortunately, no, he does get the pot off. No, he doesn't. It gets canceled in the very last second. He will find an armor swap here, forced to go ahead, pop the F, break away. Needs to keep the scale rushes moving, but these two players not going to let it happen with double grapples coming out. He's going to get stunted down. Still keeping it moving here, using the dagger movement, using every bit of terrain here in Plume Castle to his advantage. T-Star not willing to give it up. Pace just waiting it out here. If he can get that ultimate back online, he'll be in a good position to break away from all the madness here inside Plume Castle. Alliance's Frostivus coming back in as well, looking to keep the chase up here. It was Paste who killed Frostivus there, who had that Vermilion Bird's Might keeping his game alive, and now wants to return the favor here. Paste with another armor swap into blue armor, going to be feeling forced to break away. We do see a Hottie pop that ultimate as well, and look to keep the chase going. And man, Paste giving these players the business here. He's not going to let anybody come in and clean up this elimination onto him. Going to pop the F yet again, still holding on for dear life. And they do believe he's got that ultimate back online just about. Got to be careful here, though. That fire tick might actually do him in. He's 1 HP in a dream, still almost full blue armor, though. But if he lands another fire tick onto Paste, he will be eliminated. 91% of the way into the ultimate. Has got to keep it moving. And man, Paste against the odds has kept his game alive here. And man, does he break away from the pack here. He's able to get a health pot back online. He's got advanced heal in the back pocket. Gonna serve him really well right now while he keeps it moving. Now does Action gonna take a little bit of damage. And some of these players starting to think about turning their attention away. Alliance's Frostivus, the last one to get damage there onto Action. So as Action goes down to Yang depletion, Frostivus picks up his second elimination of the game. There we go. Pace gets the ult online, breaks away. He's just gonna look to do a little bit of healing. The other Temmie, though, having none of it as JDG's Xu Zhang keeps the pressure up. SS1's pace here continues to cut the ankles off of the entire lobby, Dobby.
Absolutely insane finish just to be able to cut it up a little bit more here. I mean, you know what they say? Cut it, cut it, cut it. Ooh, cut it, cut it, cut it. And just like that, that's exactly what's being happening right now. Is a lot of things are getting cut, much like my start of my football career. Anyway, as you're gonna be able to rotate towards this one, and still do a lot more pace, trying to see if he can just dip out of here as best he can here. Trying to hold strong, definitely does not want to get caught up too much here, but sadly, it looks like he is here. As he's being forced and pushed into a corner, he's still trying to dive strong here and plays as best he can, but sadly, it's not going to be enough here as another parry comes through as well towards this. Star is going to try to see if he can rotate this, especially after getting the elimination onto SS1. And now we're right back at it again with another one. Let's see if they can rotate towards this momentum, see if they can do exactly what they need to go towards this final section. You love to see it as Arano. Trying to see if he can capture him airborne all the way up top. Diving into this and playing the game that he needs to here. Catches him inside of the ball. Throws him all the way up top. Absolutely decimates him with the dual blades. Doesn't give him much of a chance or amount of momentum to go for the reset here. And says, see you later there, buddy bucko.
EWG's Arano, man. Comeback Cinderella story for Arano as well. He was all the way down in the bottom of the leaderboard after last game, finding his way climbing here. Look at this, 3 legendary weapons in the back pocket here. He wins off of that Vulpine Essence last game, and he finds himself getting closer and closer to that position. And look, this is what we talked about before. Again, Gigi Shah made it into the top 6 at the end of last game, but like I said, he was in the frying pan, and sure enough, Fong and Frostivus have both surpassed him here, moving up into 5th and 6th place. So Shah, yet again, more work to put in. And unfortunately, you know, we talked about burnout. Shah at this point has typically had 3 to 4 eliminations under his belt already. He's currently sitting on 1 Dobby. So Shah, he's been putting in the work, but it's hard to maintain that for 6 games straight. So hopefully Shah can find a second win heading into the second half of this game and make something happen.
I mean, it's definitely not easy for sure, and it's completely understandable why it's such a tough understanding inside of these moments here when you really are trying to dive strong and dive deep. And obviously you're not necessarily getting the the amount of things that you want to get. You know, it's understandable why it might be a little bit of a struggle. Let's see if they can still keep that same momentum going, but obviously that's where it starts to, you know, rear its ugly head a little bit as we talk about it. All the way up on top of the mountains, too. You see how high that is?
Yeah, they're all the way up there on the very tippy top of Plumed Castle. This circle going to be very, very interesting. You know, we talk about the level of aggression going up in these games, but because of where this circle is pinned down, it's actually it's gonna be a little while before we see more major fights break out, because there's just so much space for these players to kind of hang and chill out and keep it moving. And look, you can see it's pushing deeper in to Plumed Castle as well, where this circle is going to fall. This is going to be a Plumed Castle final circle. We haven't seen one of these in a very long time. There's just so much movement options and places to go. It'll be very interesting to see where that actual final circle pushes out. It looks like it may be a little towards that northwestern side of Plumed. So maybe it will move out just a little bit, but right now it looks like Plumed is just going to be dead in the circle no matter where it moves to. You do see you've got that little bit of the western side over here, more towards the northern end of Plumed, where there's not so many buildings there, not quite like deep into Plumed. So the circle could move that direction, but it could also shift straight into the middle of Plumed here, which will make for a very, very interesting late game with all of the different little nooks and crannies these players will be able to get in and out of, Dobby.
See if they can figure it out as well towards this. See if they can work towards the next bit with that amount of rotation as well towards it. Able to do exactly what he needs to. Let's see if he can rotate and sheds it. Ooh, Wu Feng just trying to see if he can dodge him out a little bit here as Arano's going to try to see if he can feed towards it. Knows exactly what he's doing towards this. Let's see if he can keep that same momentum. Ooh. Ooh, Wu Feng. Trying to rotate this in just like a little bit more here. Able to play it well for a lot of different reasons. Wu Feng decides to back off this. He's playing a great game. I feel like I think he knows confidently that he doesn't have to worry about certain things. I think he can sit there and also have a little bit more confidence in it and be able to go, you know what, that's fair. I think I've qualified. I think I'm okay to kind of chill out. But you know what I'm saying? Never say never. That's where things get a little scary.
Taking a look here, we are going to see one of those late game Bane's Breath coming in. And I'll be darned, this final circle is going to be smack dab in the middle of Plumed Castle. This is going to be a wild one. Alliance's Frostivus here popping the FX once Wu Feng trying to make something happen here. Frostivus, though, still in a really good position. Wu Feng actually behind here. And Frostivus still with the ultimate available. Wu Feng might find himself being the target that gets turned onto here. Sure enough, we're going to see a lot of range shots coming out. Wu Feng, though, really wanting to make something happen here to Alliance's Frostivus, but Frosty just keeping it moving here. Wu Feng not able to turn the attention onto him, and the lobby actually starting to look at Wu Feng. Again, Frost just playing this out so well, and now Wu Feng. This is a huge mistake on X1's Wu Feng, in my opinion. I'm not sure why he hard blocks onto Frostivus, why he's trying to push him out of the lobby for whatever reason, but he burns his ult to aggressively go in, even though he's behind in armor, and Frostivus has just been able to dip and weave there, and it makes something happen. Like, the worst target he could have locked onto, being that Justina with this Yang depletion. He heads into the zone there. There it is. The Yang depletion going to cut him down. Like, I get it. You're desperate, but, like, really, really hard target to just lock onto a Justina like that and try to force something. And surely the rest of the lobby just turns on you once you get low there, man. Like, it's hard, though. This is what makes Plumed Castle an interesting final circle, right? There's so much terrain for players to just go around. I mean, if you're in that position, you've got Yang depletion, this is the worst possible final circle for you to come into. So,
oh yeah,
I get it. Like, there's not... I criticized him, but there's not really a good option, if I'm being honest, when you're in that situation. Like, I think that Justina's the worst option, but there's not really a great option either. As we cut over,
best option.
Yeah, but we're gonna cut over to Arano here onto DRG's Fong. Fong using the F ability there, trying to get himself a little bit of escapability. Wants to break away, doesn't want to burn the ultimate. Arano wanting to make something happen here, will catch some big damage on Fong. And this is why this final circle is interesting. Look at all these different layers. You've got some of the buildings up top to clip into. You've got this lower section. You've got the floor up above. Then you've got the lower section that's still on where that floor is. You've got the rooftops. Now we've got the Bane coming into play as well here, the final Bane of the game. DRG's Fong not in a good space. No ultimate available to him either. And man, Arano just cuts through him with that cavalry bloom, dude. And it comes in. GG Shaw off the back of that, though. The placement going to be enough to move him up, so he's back into 6th place. Him and Frostivus fighting for dear life right now. Arano just having a go of it, man. And he's still got a lot of work to do. He's now 1 point behind GG Shaw. So if Arano can find another elimination, this could be bad for Shaw. Again, Shaw has been at gas all day long. He's had to be. But you can see it's taking his toll on him. He has slowed down significantly heading into this game, Dobby.
Even with it, though, still able to really kind of find out what type of momentum he can. I mean, there still is an opportunity. He might be slowing down in terms of his momentum, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's completely out of it. Oh, whoa! Oh, I couldn't tell if GG Shaw got hit by that. Didn't look like it, though. If so... or if not, he must have really recovered like super quickly. He was able to play that off really, really well. Now, obviously, with that, though, Shazang, also another player that's kind of sadly struggling towards this one as well, with 0 eliminations to his name as well here. At least with AIS, you know, AIS, I mean, they're still down there at 23.5. He still could potentially have an opportunity here, but I feel like with Arano, he definitely is going to get close to qualifying here, and that's if Frosty or Shaw gets out now within this next few eliminations. So I think that's kind of the tough part here inside of this area, is who is next inside of this probable arena, as Shaw ends up getting pushed, though, by Arano. Arano wanting to try to see if he can capture another elimination here. I think if he gets another elimination here, this is massive for him. Just in terms of getting 5 eliminations, he can kind of chill out and focus on getting that top place point. That would be huge for him as he ends up getting pushed all the way down towards the bottom. Beautiful timing to connect it where he was going to go here, being able to predict it well. Arano able to absolutely juggle Shaw off the outskirts, pulls him into a ball. Unbelievable! Arano playing the game so well into the favor of Shaw, giving him such of a tough area here. Arano just trying to push him out here. He's playing it so well, but sadly isn't able to capture that momentum that he needs, though, towards this. Sadly just misses out on getting into that window here. Not looking good, as the amount of people are going to start to pile on to GG Shaw here, making it harder for Shaw to really be able to have a moment of healing. Oh no, he ends up getting absolutely shuttered off the outskirts. The question is, who's going to capture the elimination? Is it for AIS? No! Star! Top actually steals the elimination away. And just like that, he's got 2 eliminations deep, and he moves up on the leaderboard.
Yeah, this no position does GG Shaw recover from that, unfortunately. You love to see it, by the way. EWG's Arano hits him with the Pokeball. Frostivus topside here, 2 eliminations, and this is good for Frostivus. Frostivus actually wants to see Shaw fall further down the leaderboard so that he can't overtake him in that 5th place position. Every player that's below him, really good for Frostivus right now. So super happy to see that happen. And Arano, again, 1 elimination away from overtaking DRG's Fong and GG Shaw, and he's in a good, strong position to make it happen too. So hopefully we'll see EWG's Arano hard work, and I do mean hard work, pay off after these 6 games, and he will qualify. Frostivus on the top side, again, very interesting final circle. What's nice, this final circle is actually collapsing onto an area that basically doesn't have any levels to it. When it comes down to it in the end, it's just going to be this 1 level, and all of these players are going to be forced together. We haven't seen, I do believe since 2 or 3 years ago, a final circle where all the players are just like separated by multiple levels, and they just go to final circle, and we have like a 5-way tie or something crazy like that. So kind of blessed.
Insane.
Yeah, we've been kind of blessed about that. That actually happened on Morris Isle. Again, 2 or 3 years ago in one of the big EU qualifier games. You had 3 teams and trios completely separated at Eventide Temple, where they just couldn't even get out into the zone to get down to the other players above or below them. So it just went to like a heel off in the end. It was kind of crazy. But here, Alliance's Frostive is going to pop that F as he starts to get targeted out here. That a huge fire tick damage is going to come through, though. Put Frostivus in an interesting situation. The pistol shot's coming through. He makes the right call. He goes for the health pot before the shield pot. Does get the full reset, though, as we see Zone 7 collapsing now. We're going to lose all of those layers there on the building, and this is going to come down to the very end. JDG's Chu Zhang going to pop that 2-0 while he's got the opportunity topside there. This is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Chu Zhang's ult going to be a big player in how this final circle is defined. He tries to get it down in the middle. Unfortunately, it's not quite in the middle. It's over towards the edge of the zone, so he is going to lose it here fairly shortly, but gets a decent enough position on it where he might be able to hold this out, pick up an elimination, move up a position yet again. Frostivus just way topside here. EWG's Arano down here in the middle into that ult, goes for the Pokeball, doesn't quite land onto anything yet. He will go in. He's holding on for dear life here. T-Star gonna pick up elimination after elimination, but EWG's Arano is gonna tie it up 30.1 with the DRG's Fong. Frostivus breathing a sigh of relief as he moves back up into the top 6 with this game. We've got 1 game to go, ladies and gentlemen, before we figure out which 6 players will qualify and head on over to Jacob.
This is going to be really interesting in this final game here, you know, going back to the old map, the old faithful. But as we see, AIS catches the dub? I'm sorry, what? He must have got at least 3 or 4 eliminations towards that very end of the circle here. I feel like that's kind of hard to believe knowing where Arano was. And Nicely Crater, Daylili's Medal, those are one of the main spaces that mostly everybody kind of lands at for these final circles here. Let's see if they can really keep it all the way together to the very end of this game. I'm excited. I thoroughly believe.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 6th and final game of the day. This is going to determine who heads to J-Cup and who stays home. Baodao's action trading blows with our boy Wu Fang already. Action with the bubble, not able to catch out. Does catch the Dragon's Rush. Unfortunately, will not be able to go into the edges as we see Wu Fang pop the F. Waiting for it here, but Action taking the lead in this fight. Just needs to find one more good opportunity into that neutral. Decides better of it, is going to back away. Does not want to overcommit. He's only got 1 grapple in the back pocket, 1 shield powder. Making the smart decision to keep his game alive. Going to find the armor swap into his fresh white so he doesn't have to spend those resources. Alliance's Frostivus on the outskirts here, doing some looting up. We're going to see Wolves Wang Liang in the background here. Frostivus right now with a 3-point lead over 6th and 7th place. So again, just needs to maintain a good, consistent game to qualify here. I'm going to pop the F. First time we've seen Frostivus on Temi in a while. Frostivus already going to lose that armor wiped off of him here. Wolves, Wang Liang with the weapon swap combo there from the Hong Sword into the fan. Frostivus into the armor swap there for the white. Yet again, into the Hong Sword. Tries to go for the weapon swap, but Frostivus at the top of the uppercut. Going to pop the F there. Gets the opportunity to get a shield pot off here to reset that white armor. But again, the Hong Sword just locking him down. Alliance's Frostivus going to be heading back to the Soul Altar as now X1's Wu Fang trading blows with Wolves Wang Liang.
Wolves needs to find something here. He's been struggling here. I know obviously it's done for him. Oh, Wolfong with a decent little strike here, sending him back and says, where do you think you're going? Absolutely dynamite here just to be able to clutch this one together here. See if we can rotate towards this shutter section. Just for it to be found to be able to do exactly what he needs to. His action ends up going airborne here. Almost gets clipped. Doesn't though. Great amount of momentum. Oh, DRG's Fong ends up finding Action. Action hits him with the dagger and he'd be able to get the finish off towards that. You love to see it though, all the way towards the very end of it. What an absolute find towards this. A Shaw and T225 inside of the hut, trying to see if they can conjure up a nice little bit of some damage here. Shaw pops open, T225 ready for the strike though from the ulti. Oh, nice right around towards that with a nice little bit of shield just to be able to go for the stun. Sadly wasn't able to lock him for at least a little bit too long here. Goes for the nice little run around here. Waiting for the strike on both sides. Ends up missing the kick, unfortunately. It looks like Wolfong is going to catch Wolves. And gets another elimination, actually. As I was speaking into the feed.
Kaylee's T225 here. Just underneath GG shot. T225 cooking already. 2 eliminations under his belt here. On that Liam pick. Very, very strong pick for him here. Not that he needs a bigger lead than he already had coming in here onto GG Shaw. Shaw gonna have most of his armor stripped away here. T225 though gonna walk into that Hong Sword charge to LMB. Takes a lot of damage. T225 gonna step away. Waits for him to come back. What a turnaround there. Shaw doesn't expect him to go for the 3 off of that there. It takes quite a bit of damage. T225 now in the strong position. Huge parry from Shaw. The F invested on the side of T225 though. Gonna keep the game alive. Bubbles coming through. Shaw gonna use that opportunity to get a pot off, but it's gonna allow for Kaylee's T225 to do the same. T225 getting a huge advantage in armor yet again over GG Shaw. Pulls out the repeating crossbow, takes a couple of shots. T225 not missing a single moment to put damage down onto GG Shaw, and Shaw now completely on the back foot. Bubbles back off the cooldown. He will get the opportunity to throw him out here, but unfortunately not going to get the opportunity to heal. Harry comes in from T225 and shuts down GG Shaw.
Nice little takedown here for that as well here. This is the game I love right here. This is the game I love right here. The reason why is because it's tied between both parties. Arana with a 30.6 and GG Shaw with a 30.5. Both of them dangerously low. Technically, we can also put X-Section into that momentum here with that 29-point margin. 1.5 to 2 points difference between making sure that he ends up taking it all the way, or there's a shot where Fang has a potential to lose this. If he loses this, I think he still has one more life, I think, towards this. He does have one more soul bloom, so just in case. Oh my goodness, beautiful parry onto this for T225 here. Both of them end up catching it off the nice stretch here, trying to wait for the blue focus to just try to see if he can strike it. Third party comes in from Frostivus here. This could be huge for Frostivus here to really continue to keep that lead ahead of the pack here. Fong trying to hold it together. Beautiful parry on a T225. Ends up catching him all the way down, but it goes for the nice little reset. Meanwhile, for Fong, still trying to see if maybe he can conjure up into this one. Oh, he ends up popping the ulti here, trying to slow down the momentum, and Fong gets the elimination onto T225, just like that. And now the opportunity arises for a few different things here. But like I said, now it's down to the very bottom. I want Chad to be able to focus on Arano, Shaw, and X-Section. The only players that really have a massive shot here in the qualifying, but now they have to go through Frostivus and Fong for their chance to qualify this. So this is where things get real good. It's going to be a fight to see who's going to be able to clutch this up in the final moments of this match.
Look, you know, it's really good that these players can't actually see who's picking up these kills in the kill feed. Because right now, seeing DRG Fong's name or Frostivus' name pop up in the kill feed is just nightmare fuel for you if you're Rano, GG Shaw, or Baoda's Action. They just continue to widen that gap as you sit on 0 eliminations and have to hope you can come up with enough to close a gap that's constantly growing in your face. SS1's face here. Green blows on the JLZS. Really clean parry coming in with the weapon swap into the fist blades for the follow-up too. Big damage. There we go. The ult gonna be popped here. No place for AIS to go. SS1's pace gonna pick up another elimination for himself here. That 1 point gonna shift him all the way into second place as we head to the realm of Yang. It's gonna be Wolves, Wang Liang versus GG's Shaw. Wang Liang here, man, he's got to pick some momentum up. There is a world where he could qualify. He has to have a banger of a game. He's got to have like a 16-point game here to make it happen. GG Shaw gonna come in with a parry onto Wolves. Wang Liang though. Wang Liang just trying to clutch it back here. Shaw with the trigger takes back control of neutral, goes for the bubbles. Wang Liang though pushes forward. Crucial plays there from Wang Liang. If he inches even a centimeter backwards, he ends up into the bubble. He's going to use the ult to tank through there. Now, Shaw trying to find another spear onto him. Can he get the burn tick onto Shaw yet again? There's the spear again. Wolves, Wang Liang really baiting this out strong. Shaw, no spears left. Ult gonna come to an end. And man, this is nightmare fuel if you're GG Shaw. Wolves, Wang Liang still with the ult up. Will cleaned it up to find his first elimination of the game. EWG's Arano now versus X1's Wu Fang in the realm of Yang.
This one is a huge one though between Arano and Wu Fang here. This is really about bragging rights at this point for this one, as Wufong's going to try to see if he can hit this one. Nice little bit of strikes, though, for both sides here. Noticing that Wufong still has that pistol, so he can't be too far back, knowing that those pistol strikes are going to be very vital for him. Nice hits towards that, as Arano's going to be able to go for a decent little reset here. Goes someone airborne with the F key. Trying to see if he can time when he comes down here. Oh, and it looks like Wufong is going to be able to catch it first. Beautiful damage onto him, and just like that, gets the finish as Arano gets eliminated inside of the realm of Yang, and it looks like X-Section ends up getting eliminated too by Shazing. Wait a minute. This game just got really interesting. I think X-Section is out.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the game. GG Shaw here with the Yang depletion. Coming out looking for a soul bloom to keep his game alive, to keep his chances of qualifying alive. Realistically, he hasn't found a single elimination yet this game. And this is what I was worried about, Dobby. You know, we talked about him having to keep his foot on the gas pedal all day, but we also talked about the burnout, right? It is very hard to keep that pace up for 6 games running. We saw him slow down. We saw him start to burn out last game. He needed to find a second win this game, and he currently has not. Things have not gone his way, and you can see it even his playstyle a little sluggish here. Still one of the best players here, but man, he's just not been able to keep it going. And I can't blame him. Again, 6 games, very, very hard to keep that same level of aggression and momentum going. And here's JD Jang cutting him down. GG Shaw, though, looking for the carousel. There it is. Gonna go into it. Knows he can't get the grapple bump on that train. Will find it yet again. Will find the grapple bump, this time into the re-uppercut with the follow-up. But TE Star gonna show up and make things very difficult. He goes for that charged R&B. He looks for it, and he's gonna be forced to pop the ultimate here. He cannot let this get away. He's got to get the Soul Bloom. There it is. The fall gonna come down. He needs to get that. He does. He doesn't need the kill here. What he needs is the Soul Bloom, but he is denied that Soul Bloom. And GG Shaw, with no ultimate, looks to find his way out here. 1 minute and 57 seconds. There is a world where he could still find it, but it is going to be a rough world to make that happen. GG Shaw denied the kill, denied the Soul Bloom, denied the opportunity to potentially qualify, as we see SS1's pace picking up an elimination on Wu Fang in the kill feed. We're going to head on over to EWG's Arano, also looking to cleanse that Yang depletion, so his hopes of qualifying remain.
Has a shot here. Like I said, they're still so low. But with AIS out of this as well here, and with Frostivus and DRG's Fang still alive here, each point they receive when someone else gets eliminated is only making it harder for players like Arano and Shaw and Action to clutch up an opportunity to really close out this game. This is where things start to get really tight for a lot of different areas here. As GG Shaw is going to try to see if he can close this in. Beautiful parry on a star here. The question is, can he complete that kill? He ends up getting swiped by another flame tick coming in from another player here. It looks like Shaw cannot complete it here, as now Star is on the run. Star, at least in 3rd place. He doesn't have to worry about too much here, but somebody's going to get fed that elimination here. Dangerously low. GG Shaw trying to do what he can, and sadly, it's not going to be enough. And that's a wrap for the man himself, GG Shaw. 30.5, so close in 8th place, but sadly, is going to be one of the players that's going to be headed home alongside JL's AIS.
Look, crucially, though, for EWG's Arano, it's Arano who picks up the kill and the Soul Bloom. This puts him back into contention to qualify. You know, unfortunately, GG Shaw he blew the ultimate. He blew his F. Didn't really have a place to go. He wasn't able to get that elimination earlier on there, and because of that, you know, he was kind of bound to go out here, whether it was to Yang depletion or some of the players. So at least it's Arano who picks that up and still has a chance to qualify. Now, DRG's Fong needs to not let himself go out here, because if Arano picks up that elimination, he immediately surpasses DRG's Fong, and Fong loses his opportunity to qualify. He's right there. He's in the hot seat, baby. Speaking of being in the hot seat, Alliance's Frostivus hasn't picked up an elimination this game, but still sitting pretty. He is still ahead of DRG's Fong by a single point. He's holding on. He just needs to look to find 1-2 eliminations, and he should be in the safe. So DRG's Fong, everybody heading over as we head into our second set of Yangs here. We're going to see who heads on in. Those Yang portals up. It's going to be KLA's 2225 versus Wolves, Wang Liang, X1's Paste. Gonna be coming in, or sorry, X1's Wu Fang, sorry, not SS1. Too many ones, Dobby. And About Us Action,
So
gonna
many.
go head to head.
Trust, there's so many. I understand. I get tongue-tied too. So many numbers. Meanwhile, oh, Action able to feed off of that and sees the parry to come through too. Nice little bit of an opportunity strike here. Here goes Action though with those nunchucks, trying to see maybe they can close it in. Wufong, nice little bit of a blue focus, but sadly not able to do enough. Wow, nice bow strike. Just to be able to connect that onto one of those, just connect it onto Wufong here. Now he's gonna push onwards towards him there. Tries to go for the R&B, sadly was not able to connect towards it. Here comes the blue focus, trying to time it, but obviously he's not gonna feed it to that one here. That's a little bit too easy of a read. Fong taking his time little by little. I forgot he had that chicken. I forgot about that. The chicken nunchucks is crazy. Meanwhile, the ulti gets popped. The Arctic Wraith, they're going to do exactly what he needs to here. Now he pops open the ulti as well for Valda. Let's see if which one's going to strike first, though. Or should I say which one's going to connect? Somebody's either going to be drowning or somebody's going to be freezing. Either or. Both of them involve water. Oh, sadly not able to do enough here. Oh, just barely misses out on it. just a little bit while longer, just to try to see if they can connect it. Oh, beautiful parry. Oh, understands it and reads it so well on the action here. Tries to go for the roll. Nice ultimate strike here towards that dual blade. It's not going to be able to do enough. He's still dangerously low. He has to retreat off this, but this is the realm of Yang where there's no running and there's no hiding. It's just nothing but duking it out. That's exactly what Wu Feng did to put pause on XXX.
Taking a look here, Wolves Wang Liang also going to come out on top of their realm of Yang. There's 2 realms of Yang back to back, but this performance just might be too little too late for Wolves. Again, he needs an insane game. He needs something like 7 or 8 eliminations and a first place finish to even be in consideration for coming out on top to qualify here. He also needs a Rano or Fong to just go ahead and get eliminated outright. You know what I'm saying? He just needs to he just needs to go kill them. That's what needs to happen, and then he just needs to play out of his mind. It's not out of the question for Wang Liang. We've seen him do it before, but he's got a lot of work cut out for him here with only 11 minutes and 34 seconds left remaining in our final game here for the mainland China qualifiers. Badass action coming in. Ooh, huge scale rush coming in from Wang Liang. Again, talking about putting in the work. Wang Liang's here. He's on the front line. Trying to make it happen. Badass action. Trying to make it happen too here because he's got that Yang depletion. He does not want to go out whatsoever. Wolves, Wang Liang going to pop the ultimate here. Again, Wolves looking for it, man. He is hunting for these eliminations. Action going to come in. Oh, but it's Arano who gets the kill. Huge for Arano, as this is actually going to move him up into 6th place over DRG's Bong. Arano going to take a little bit of damage here, but holding it steady. Now, Arano is the target right now. He did burn his ultimate to pick up that elimination, and the rest of the lobby looking to turn on to him. DRG's Fong, he's just got to play this out safely here. If he can actually pick up the elimination here onto Arano,
that'd be dirty. That'd be dirty.
It puts him in such a safe position because that would put 4 players below him that are eliminated. Xu Zhang and again Wolves would just have to have the most mind-blowing game they've ever had. Excellence Wu Fang picks up an elimination there onto SS1's Paste. Wu Fang moving up into that 2nd place position right now. Kaylee's T225 still 3 eliminations to his name. Big chillin' right now. Still a 15-point lead over everybody else. He does have Yang depletion right now, but even if he goes out right now, yeah, I don't think Wu Fang can take 1st place away from him. So T225 just playing for funsies right now, Dobby.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I expected it as well, but that's why you were very disappointed in the fact that he didn't choose like a different character. You know, you would have hoped he would have done something just a little bit different, just to, you know, a little bit of some crowd fun, you know? But now, see if we can get back towards the top of the order. Arano, just ahead of him by 1.5 points difference. That really is either 1 placement or 1 elimination. And just like that, that could be the turn of the tides here. As Shozeng is currently getting chased right now. Definitely tough for him to try to see if he can close in this gap, and it looks like T225 was able to. Absolutely gets juggled. Disrespected with all of the bow shots connecting towards him as well here. It's not looking good as Fong ends up getting cornered as well towards this, but it looks like he wants this elimination here. If Fong gets it, he's going to put himself right back up into the spot where Arano just was a second ago here, and he wants to try to close this out just little by little here. He's going to take his time, trying to see if he can get it up top. Oh no, all the way up. Almost had the opportunity, but it looks like somebody else is trying to steal it away from him. That's going to be T225 here. Oh, and it is T225 steals that elimination away from Fong. Fong was working so hard just to try to get that elimination. That would have been exactly what he needed to put himself right back above Arano here. But sadly, T225 says, nope, I'm going to let you work hard for your next kill. But this one's mine right here.
You see the 2 hotties here. Little gentleman's agreement, if you will. Rano gonna come in and pick up that legendary set of armor. Wolves gonna get on out of here. Is our first late game's Bane's Breath. It comes through. Taking a look at our face cams for EWG's Arano and DRG's Fong. These 2 players trading back and forth. Who's in that final qualifying position? And Alliance's Frostivus just chilling right now. Still a good point ahead of Arano, 2 points ahead of Fong. So in a really good position, needs maybe one more elimination, and to just play this game out. Make it to final circle. This is the name of the game for Alliance's Frostivus right now. EWG's Arano on the edge of the Bane here. That triple Bane coming down. Could have been disastrous if he was in the middle of it. Wang Liang here up the treetop here. He's got that legendary armor, looking to take a reset. Some grapples coming through. Unfortunately, forced to go ahead and pop the F here. Wang Liang, yet again, no ultimate available for himself. There we go, Wang Liang. Super clean. Come up top. Go ahead and get yourself a pot. EWG's Arano trying to go ahead and secure this Spirit Well for himself. And it doesn't look like anybody's going to be able to keep that from happening. Wolves, Wang Liang caught out here. No place for him to go. Forced to go super airborne. And he's really high up, which means that rage is going to tick down so fast for him. EWG's Arano looking to make something happen here. Play on to KLA's T225. Going to go ahead and D-mech here. Save a little bit of that rage. Maintain 15%. As he just keeps his game alive. Arano just playing his game here, ladies and gentlemen. Huge damage onto DRG's Fong. Ooh, massive pair by KLA's T225. Arano, unfortunately, loses his legendary weapon here, and that is not a good position he wants to be in. He does not know right now. They do not get to see the scoreboard. He has no idea that he is currently qualified. So him losing that weapon, he's just got to maintain. He's got to keep the game going for himself here at T225. On the back foot, DRG's Fong breaking away. Arano just trying it to play keep away here, using that dagger for the movement. It's all he's got left there in the back pocket. KLA's T225 coming in there. Legendary Hong Sword trying to make something happen, and Arano gonna burn the F. He's more than happy to just keep it moving here. But now going low here, KLA's T225 not gonna give him much opportunity. It's really hard to avoid Bane's Breath if they come down in that building. Arano will get hit out by a Bane here. This could be disastrous. T225, Wolves, Wang Liang both trying to close in here. Forced to burn the F again, going across the Bane's Breath, hoping it's going to buy him a little bit of protection. He's into the armor swap, ladies and gentlemen. EWG's Arano is going to be okay.
Absolutely into this one here. As it looks like T225 is just trying to hold on just a little while longer here. He's cornered by two people and also a Bane's Breath in between here. It's Fung. He's going to try to see if he can take the opportunity maybe for the momentum and getting something here, but sadly not enough. Because Arano is now back up in the lead and away. Oh no, Fung ends up getting hit by the Bane's Breath here. And it looks like no one actually saw that happen. Wait, actually, Wolves might have. I think Wolves actually did. And he jukes the heck out of him. Oh my goodness. That was a little crazy. He actually juked him so hard. Fong dangerously up high here. He's getting cornered. He's getting pushed. He feels the pressure all over. He has the opportunity to potentially recover this, as he does. It's crazy to see the final four and where this is. Frostivus, Arano, Fong. Fong has a chance. Somebody in this top three, in this three-place position has a chance and is probably going to lose out. Is it going to be Fong? Is it Arano? Is it Frosty? They're both fighting for it. Fong is on the wrong side of this history happening right now. He's on fire. Ends up getting flown all the way from the top. He goes all the way down towards bottom, trying to see if he can move this away. Fong, one of the most versatile players in the game today. On the wrong side of the chopping block here during this final game that's going to lead to the grand finals. He's been here before. The crazy part is he's made it to grand finals before. Is this the first time that Fong might not actually qualify? Is there a chance Fong doesn't make it? He's absolutely diving, juking, dodging. He's moving as much as he can. He's trying to make sure everybody else moves so much that circle tick damage is actually destroying him. He's going to need to move a little bit. Oh, no. It's not looking good for Fong. Fong dangerously low. The fire tick is going to absolutely decimate him. Oh, my God. He found a great shield swap somehow. Throughout all of the badness, he finds just a little bit of shield swap to keep the game alive for himself. Fong, the movement master. The question is, does he have enough time potentially to heal? Unbelievable, he does, but he loses out on all of his shield. He's right back to where he started. Absolutely has to move as much as he can. He gets all the way from the outside, almost gets caught inside the NATO yet again, throws himself off the outskirts, and just like that, Fong is out of the game. Arano and Frostivus is safe, and Fong loses out by just 2 points to qualify for Worlds. Unbelievable. What a shock. He tried so hard. He held on for as long as he humanly can and just sadly could not produce the final one as Arano catches his 5th elimination. He gets the dub here, ladies and gentlemen. Arano is safe. 5 eliminations, 37.6. He, out of the rest of the 5 other players in this roster that have made it past the red line, is headed to Worlds. What an unbelievable finish. Oh, Fong tried so hard. He fought all the way to the very end. What a valiant effort. Definitely something I would love to check out and review. I hope that ends up on replay. Do you know how many things he dodged during that? He was moving like a Dodge Durango. Just dodge, dodge, move, duck, do.
EWG's Arano here. Trading blows here with Wolves Wang Liang, but ladies and gentlemen, that is your top 6 players. Your 6 players qualified to head to Worlds, heading to J-Cup. Gonna be KLA's T225, X1's Wufang, SS1's Pace, TE's Star, EWG's Arano, and Alliance's Frostivus. Wolves Wang Liang on the ult here, cleaning up some big damage onto Arano. Arano trying to hold out this space here into Wolves. You're going to see some cannon shots coming in from Arano. Huge damage coming in from that legendary pole sword. The Cloud Weaver coming in from Arano. Not quite able to catch Wolves as he uses the F there. Wolves coming in, gets a little bit of a tick there. The Cloud Weaver not going yet again. We're going to see the bow shots trying to come in. The F again from Arano. Wolves trying to make it happen. The Cloud Weaver finally lands onto Wolves, but it's not enough. EWG's Arano will go down, but unfortunately, Wolves Wang Liang, he wakes up way too late, ladies and gentlemen. He gets an MVP, and it means nothing because he does not qualify for the World Championship. Wolves Wang Liang doesn't qualify, but at least he goes out on a high note.
Absolutely insane finish all the way to the very end. The shutdown was phenomenal. Exactly what you need in a moment like this. You love to see it. The way that it gets made, the way that they were able to put it together here. I mean, you couldn't have made it any better, honestly.
Love to see it, ladies and gentlemen.